gentlemen, welcome to Pedal to the Metal, the podcast where horsepower meets heart. From the shine of collector cars to the roar of race cars and the thunder of monster trucks, we've got it all. So buckle up your seatbelt, turn on the gas, and grab your favorite brew, 'cause the ride starts now. And now, here's your host, Roller.
Oh man, I tell you what, we're going to have us a good show tonight, guys. We're going to have us a great show tonight. We're going to be having a lot of fun. And Brant Arnold's going to be on tonight, man. And Brant was on the TV series Fast Cars in the Dirty South. He was also on Relic Hunters. He's done a bunch of things, man. He has done a bunch of things. And he's going to be, it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a great time. We're going to talk to him about monster trucks. We're going to talk about, fast cars in the Dirty South. We're going to give you the lowdown. That's right. We're going to give you the lowdown of the 256. The 256 right there. We're going to be talking about that. And we're going to be talking about his pro mod career and, drag racing. And he builds custom semis. This man's got his hands into everything. His hands are into everything. But, that doesn't start till 7 o'clock. So, like always, we like to play a little bit of music, and we're going to go ahead and tune in and let you guys listen to a few songs here that I've wrote the lyrics to, and we've also put them on CDs and stuff like that. So we're gonna get into that here real quick, and I'm just pulling everything up right there, and we're gonna make it happen for you guys right here tonight. If you'd like to buy one of these CDs, all you have to do is go to jeffrichards327 at gmail.com. Say, hey, I'd like to buy one of the CDs. There's two different CDs. We have one that's called Cruising the Classics, and we have another one called Colorado Country. So depending on which one you'd like to buy, we'll send it to you, and it's $10. $10 will get you in and get it sent to you and get you everything done. So if you'd like to buy there's 11 songs on Colorado Country, 12 songs on Cruising the Classics, and these are all songs that I wrote the lyrics to. So we look forward to you listening to them tonight, and some of the songs and hearing about them, and we'll kind of go as long as we play them, and we'll kind of figure out if you like them or not. They're both doing really well. We're sending new CDs out every day, and that's just the way it is, man. I didn't know I had this talent, but it's more of a hobby than a talent, okay? But I really enjoy it, and I've had a lot of good compliments about the CDs, and about the music. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now, and if everything's working good and the good Lord's working with me on my side tonight and there's no widgets, this first song up is called That Old Dusty Fire Suit, and it's about the Ned Jarrett family, and we'll go ahead and play that, and then we'll be back with you in a minute. This is Pedal to the Metal, and I'm Roller. We'll be back here in just a minute.
Up in the attic on a summer day, little Jason was digging through some old decay, boxes of memories, cobwebs and time. He found something hidden that sure caught his eye. It was laying there quiet, covered in dust, like it'd been waiting for someone to trust. That old dusty fire about the men and machines that ran like hell. Junior Johnson at Talladega's banks, Lee Petty at the Lady in Black, Ralph Earnhardt to Rendover's Mile, Bobby Allison at the Rockingham Rock, racing with style and Fireball Roberts down Daytona Sand, that old dusty fire suits where legends ran. Mama smiled softly, brushed off the dirt, said your grandpa wore that through the smoke and the hurt. He lived for the stories it tell about the men and machines that ran like hell. Junior Johnson at Talladega's banks, Lee Petty at the Lady in Black, Ralph Earnhardt to Rendover's Mile, Bobby Allison at the Rockingham Rock, racing with style and Fireball Roberts down Daytona Sand, that old dusty fire suits where legends ran. Mama smiled softly, brushed off the dirt, said your grandpa wore that through the smoke and the hurt. He lived for the roar, the flag and the fight, chasing the dream under bright track lights. She said your grandpa Ned was a champion driver, just like your dad Dale, both born survivors. They raced for glory, they raced for pride, they carried our name with fire inside. Two iconic men with hearts of steel, they drove with passion you could feel. They were legends, boy, don't forget the kind this world remembers yet. That old dusty fire suit with patches and flame once rode down the trail with Grandpa Ned's name. That old dusty fire suit with patches and flame once rode down the track with Grandpa Ned's name. If that suit could talk, oh, the stories it tell about the men and machines that ran like hell. Junior Johnson at Talladega's banks, Lee Petty at the Lady in Black, Ralph Earnhardt and Rendover's Mile, Bobby Allison at the Rockingham Rock, racing with style and Fireball Roberts down Daytona Sand, that old dusty fire suits where legends ran. Now Jason stands tall at the edge of the track with his grandpa's number stitched on his back. He zips up that suit, takes one last look, and writes the next chapter in the family book. That old dusty fire suit, it ain't done yet. It's racing again the way Grandpa bet. If that suit could talk, he'd laugh and cry, say, boy, keep it straight and aim for the sky. From Talladega's banks to Daytona Sand, that old dusty fire suit runs again.
Yeah, that's called The Old Dusty Fire Suit. It's about Ned Jarrett's family, and it mentions different racetracks and stuff, and I like to give credit to my son Jeff Richards for helping me with that song. He was my historian on a lot of that stuff, since I'm not a big NASCAR fan, but I just thought the other day, I thought, a song about that old dusty fire suit would be a pretty cool song, and I was going to do it about the NHRA, and I thought, you know what, man, we're going to do it about NASCAR, and we're going to let you guys listen to it. But today's November the 9th of 2025, and this is Pedal to the Metal, and we're out here having a good time. We're listening listening to some music. We're going to be talking to Brant Arnold later on tonight, and we're going to have a good time, man. This man and I have some history together, and we're gonna tell you some stories, where he's going to tell us some stories, and we're going to laugh, and we might even cry. You never know about that, But this is just going to be a good show, man, and I'm glad you guys are tuning in. It's good to see my buddy Scott Stout on there, and there's my cuz Debbie Richards, man. As always, my cuz is always in there backing me, man, and I just love her to death, man. I really do. So anyway, hello Jordan, how you doing? Good to see you on there, man. And this next song up is called Late Night Songs on the Radio. It's about a young man that laid in bed late at night listening to Chubby Checkers and Little Richard and all that stuff, and he listened on a station that come out of Nashville, Tennessee, and he was down in a little small town south of there, and he thought, wow, how cool would that be to have your songs play on the radio? Well, come to find out, he was going to be a famous singer, and towards the end of the song, his songs were playing on the radio. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen, Late Night Songs on the Radio on Pedal to the Metal. We'll be back here in just a minute. This is Roller. So here it is, ladies.
Down in a small town south of Nashville, where the streetlights faded slow, I'd twist that old AM dial to a station I used to know. Low LAC 1510, coming through the midnight air. Those voices felt like heaven, and I was right there. Late night songs on the radio, dreaming under that southern glow. Chubby Checker twist and Richie Valens crying. The Supremes kept my young heart flying. Didn't know back then I'd ever be one of those names they'd someday see, singing my own late night song on the radio. Mom and Dad were fast asleep, but I was wide awake, with a 6-string dream and a transistor band, taking every note they'd make. Elvis shook, Buddy rolled, Ray Charles taught me soul, and somewhere in those static waves they carved my heart and soul. Late night songs on the radio, dreaming under that southern glow. The Platters crooning Fats Domino, Little Richard stealing the show. Didn't know back then I'd ever be one of those names they'd someday see, singing my own late night song on the radio. Now when I hear that crackling sound, takes me back to that sleepy town, where a boy with a dream and a radio found his life in a song long ago. Late night songs on the radio, WLAC 1510 in stereo. From Chubby to the Supremes, they were fuel for my dreams, and now when they spin my tune, I smile and know it all began with late night songs on the radio.
Late night songs on the radio, just laying there listening to songs. We've all done it in our lifetime, and that was one that I wrote. And we got some listeners on here that just tuned in. Got Sam Ditto, got Scott Goodyear, got Dave Hanner in the house. Hello, Big Dave. Long time no talk, buddy. I'm glad you're on. Thank you for tuning in. But anyway. Why you guys? I've had a lot of people ask me. So why do you play music, man? What's up with that? Well, number one is when I first started, I was going to do Pedal to the Metal, and it was going to be just about motors and cars and stuff like that. And then I thought, well, you know what? I might as well go ahead and combine all the shows that I've done in my life and combine them into one show. And I had a show called Rollers Rockin' Country, and it was an independent artist music show, and it was done down in Castle Rock, Colorado at Castle Rock Radio, and it was really doing good. I had artists on from all over the United States, man. They were everywhere. Sean Green, what's up there, brother? Anyway, but it was in bad times. It was bad when the economy crashed and stuff like that, and we couldn't get no sponsors for the show. We couldn't do anything like that, so we had to do away with it. But, you know, that's when I did Monster Truck Radio. Same thing happened to that. So I just took all the shows and threw them into a basket and called it Pedal to the Metal. And these songs is something that I'm writing the lyrics to. I can look at each and every one of you and tell you, look right in your eye and tell you that I do write the lyrics to these songs. I do go ahead and do the instrumentation as far as telling what kind of instruments I want in the song and what key, how many beats per minute, stuff like that, whether I want a female or female country singer, male country singer, whatever. And then I put it into this program. It's an AI program, and bam, I create it. It gives me the singer. I'm in an algorithm now with it, and it knows the type of music I like to make, and it's just making all these songs. I've made 2 CDs now. One's called Colorado Country. There's 11 songs on that CD, and it's $10, and I'll mail it to you. And I know there's a lot of people out there that don't have CDs, and someday I'm going to find somebody that teaches me how to compress these songs into a thing where I can just email it to you, and you can play it on your computer or download it onto something yourself. But for right now, I can send it to you in a CD, and man, I think they're pretty good songs, and I'm more impressed of what AI has done as far as creating the song and taking the lyrics that I wrote and turning it into music. So anyway, we start early every week, and we go ahead and we play songs, and I have a CD out called, and it's right here. This is called Cruising the Classics, and it's some classic car music and stuff like that, and it's got 12 songs on it, and it's also $10, and I'll send that to you. All you got to do is go to jeffrichards327@gmail.com. Tell me what CD you want, or if you want both of them, and I'll send them out to you. I got a big fan in my cousin, Debbie Richards, and she's bought both CDs. She should be getting her second CD here real soon. And man, I've done songs for Sam Ditto and my buddy Texas Rich, and Scott Goodyear, the Auctioneer song I made for him. And it's just a hobby that I'm doing, guys, and I'm loving it, and I want to share my music with you guys. So this next song up is called Sundays and Chrome, and it's about the Sundays that you eat. And Chrome, it's about a young man that fell in love in the summertime with this girl, and they broke up, and he still remembers her, still has the same car, goes by the Dairy Queen and all that. But I'll let you listen to it right now. This is called Sundays in Chrome.
Still rolling down the 2-lane line in my old 55, she still runs fine. Radio humming our favorite song, but the passenger seat's been empty too long. Wolfman Jack on the late night show, we'd sing along soft and low. Her hair in the wind, her hand in mine, 2 hearts racing through the summertime. Sundays in Chrome, sweet summer nights, her laughter danced in the dashboard light. Sundays in Chrome. Stop by that old Dairy Queen, where she spilled her shake and kissed me clean. Back when forever was just a word, and every promise was still unheard. Sundays in Chrome, sweet summer nights, her hand in mine under small town lights. Her love was a flame, and I should have known. Time melts away like Sundays in Chrome. Some nights I swear I see her there, wind in her hair, laughter in the air. I close my eyes and she's still mine, that road through the hands of time. Sundays in Chrome, and a heart that won't heal, chasing the past on four worn wheels. If heaven's a highway, I'm heading home to find her again. Those Sundays in Chrome.
There you go, Sundays in Chrome, man. We've all had that love in our life, and we remember them very well. So this next song up, ladies and gentlemen, is called That Old Speed Shop. And most of us hot rodders grew up where there was a speed shop in our town, and we could go by and we could get information from these guys about what our problems with our cars were, and they'd go in the back and get a part and say, here, put this on it, that'll take care of it. And nowadays, everything is online, and they hope it fits and everything like that. So this is about a young man that started out at a speed shop by his hometown, and pushing a broom, and anyway, here it is. It's called That Old Speed Shop. Pushing a broom.
I was 16, sweeping floors for a little pay at that old speed shop down on Highway 8. Chrome bumpers shining, smell of gasoline. Those old boys taught me more than any school had ever dreamed. When that speed shop first opened up the doors, lead sleds and 32 deuce coupes rolled across the floor. T-bucket roasters and Hildebrand parts, Lakeside pipes, Offenhauser hearts. Then came the GTOs, Camaros, and Stangs. Roadrunners rumbling, the streets all singing. Now it's tuned by computer, ordered by mail. The sound and the rumble are gone, what a tale. Now that old speed shop's a memory on a map, replaced by condos and some online apps. Ain't no counter talk or grease-stained hands, just shipping times and checkout plans. Yeah, I miss the days when a man could stop and find a little magic in that old speed shop. Those guys behind the counter, they were wrenches through and through. They knew every bolt and gasket, what worked and what blew. Didn't need no laptop telling them what's wrong. They'd walk back, grab the part, and you'd be fixed before long. Now that old speed shop's a ghost in my mind, where knowledge came from years and time. Now it's all click, ship, and hope it fits. No handshake deals or greasy wits. Yeah, I miss the days when a man could stop and talk horsepower dreams. And that old speed shop. Sometimes I drive by where that old place stood, close my eyes and smell the rubber and wood, hear the laughter, the stories, the engines roar. Wish I could walk through that glass door once more. Now it's cardboard boxes on a porch at dawn, but the heart of that shop still keeps rolling on. And every car I build, every bolt I drop, lives a piece of that soul from that old speed shop. Yeah, I was just a kid when my dreams got lit by the spark of a socket and the smell of grit. Times have changed, but I can't stop thinking about my life. And that old speed shop.
There was another one, guys, that old speed shop, man. I miss those places because the kids nowadays, they want to, if you want a fan belt, they want to know what transmission you got in your truck, or if you want a light bulb, they want to know what motor's in it. And I don't understand that. I just don't understand it. I got my buddies in here, man. Raul Dallatorre, glad to see you, my brother, man. The head lug nut is doing good, man. Just making some music for all my other lug nuts and just having a great time. Got Dave Cashin's in there. Hey, Dave, how you doing? Sam Ditto, man. Thank you for the compliment. I appreciate you guys so much. This next song, this is a song I wrote about myself and my dad. We had a car lot in Pueblo, but the AI program that I have, I don't know what it is. It can't say Pueblo, and I've tried to spell it out. So Pueblo's always been known for the Steel City town. So the reference is to Pueblo, but we call it the Steel City town. And this is about a time in my life when I should have been paying more attention to my dad's business. But growing up, my dad always told me about how much he loved construction, and he built that into my head, and I had to go out and try it, and I had to do other things. And then, the lot slowed down, and he got me a job in Amarillo, Texas for Anglo-American Auto Auctions, and I became an auctioneer, and this is about the demise of my dad's car lot. So this is called Echoes of That Old Car Lot.
Dad started that little car lot in that Steel City town. He taught me more than wrenches and wheels. He taught me how to live, how to work, and how to dream. I didn't always follow his path, but I never forgot where it started. In that Steel City town, my old man's dream was turning steel and chrome into gasoline gleam. He built a name with a wrench in hand. Said, son, this shop will make you a man. But I had diesel dreams and dirt to move, running heavy iron like my old man used to. Now the echoes of that old garage still call my name. Oil-stained floors and that worn-out sign still look the same. He taught me how to stand tall, how to see things through. Turns out he taught me more than I ever knew. When times got tough and the bills got high, he said, son, go make your own way under that Amarillo sky. 9 years gone by under that Texas sun, building a life with my wife and raising 3 sons. But back home the business faded slow, and I could see time catching up with the man I know. Now the echoes of that old garage still call my name. Oil stained same. He taught me how to stand tall, how to see things through. Turns out he taught me more than I ever knew. Then one day that phone call came, the shop went dark and nothing's been the same. They locked the doors, turned out the lights, and I cried for that man who gave me my drive. Now I'm calling bids under Denver lights, selling dreams made of chrome and white. Monster trucks and classic rides, still hear his voice when I grab that mic. He's gone, but he's still right here, and every engine roar I hear. Build me a 73 C10, red, white, and blue. Every bolt and line reminds me of you. At every show I park it proud, feels like he's riding right there in the crowd. Yeah, this boy still got that love so true, and Dad, I'll always ride for you. Yeah, the echoes of that old garage still call my name. Oil-stained floors and that worn-out sign still look the same. He taught me how to work hard, how to see things through, and I'm still learning from the man I never outgrew. Turns out he taught me more than I ever knew. Yeah, turns out he taught me more than I ever knew.
The echoes of that old car lot. That was a good song about my life with my dad. I should have paid more attention. Got my little sister on here, Riley Bear in the house, the queen of the benefits. Yeah, woo hoo. Even wrote a song about Riley Bear in the house. But anyway, guys, next one up here is, and we'll get started at 7 o'clock with the show. But I like to go early and let you listen to some of these songs and stuff, and it just gives me some time to hang out and make sure all the equipment's working and stuff like that. So this next song is about a father and son that they've had a spat and they hadn't talked to each other in a few years, and one day the dad picks up the phone and says, "Hey, me and you need to talk. We need to go on a road trip, man." And they take the dad's 56 and they go up and down Route 66. So this right here is down on Route 66.
Much in a couple years, both too proud to face our fears. But one July morning he called my name, said, "Son, let's take a little ride. It's time to fix some things." Pulled the tarp off that old Bel Air, faded red and white chrome everywhere. Said she's been sitting since '89, but she's still got heart, kinda like mine. Down old Route 66, just me and him, chasing the sun, let the healing begin. From the Cadillac Ranch to the Blue Swallow sign, laughing about the past as the white lines unwind. Somewhere between the dust and the wind, I found my dad again. We stayed at the Wigwam Motel that night, stars burning bright in the desert light. He told me about the dreams he chased, the ones he lost, the ones that stayed. We rolled through Tucumcari and Santa Fe, two lost souls finding our way. Stop a pie at a roadside stand, he reached
Down on Route 66, that's what it's all about, man. This next song up, we're going to spice it up just a little bit. This is called Square Body Johnny Rocket. And for you non-car lovers out there, a square body is the next generation of Chevy truck that they made after the C10. And this is about a boy that's got one bad truck right here. This is called Square Body Johnny Rocket.
Back road where the cornfields sway, Johnny Rocket rolls at the break of day. A square body Chevy paint like the sun, big block LS 700 horses on the run. Hill-born fuel injection feeding that fire. 700 RPO, that truck is built to intimidate, and a 3-inch exhaust really makes that truck sound. Wide profile 22s in the back, 20 up front. He rolls through town in his truck, shaking buildings and windows. That's his thing. Square body Johnny Rocket, fastest truck in town. Big block LS motor roaring, 700 RPO keeping the wheels spinning round. Wide profile wheels spinning, tires kicking up dust from the gravel to the highway. Johnny Rocket we trust. Tailgate parties under a harvest moon, fenders shining, tires kicking up a tune. Radio's playing old Merlin Hank, Hill-born fuel injection purring. You can hear them coming from miles around. Chrome bumper glinting, headlights like fire. This Chevy's got heart and it never tires. Every mile tells a story, every turn's a song. Johnny and his square body, you can't go wrong. Yeah, Johnny square body, fastest truck in town. He'll race anybody for pink slips that roll into this old town. Johnny Rocket's a big name in this southern little town. Engines roar, tires spin, he never backs down. Square body Johnny Rocket, fastest truck in town. Big block LS motor roaring, 700 RPO keeping the wheels spinning round. Wide profile wheels spinning, tires kicking up dust from the gravel roads to the highway. When that checkered flag comes down, Johnny Rocket is always taking the win.
That's Square Body Johnny Rocket, man. That's another, just kind of a little upbeat song we got here on Pedal to the Metal. Next one here, excuse me, my buddy C10 Rich, or Texas Rich, really, he said, hey, man, I'm thinking about a song called the C10 Hangout, and was wondering if maybe you could put something together. Well, here it is. C10 Hangout. This goes out to Texas Rich. I was wondering if maybe you could...
After school, the sun's sinking low, the gang's all headed out, everybody knows. A little gravel road, a tailgate glow, we're rolling to the spot we call the C10 Hangout. At the C10 Hangout, we laugh and we fight, cranking up the tunes till the stars light the night, with cold drinks and old friend stories to shout. A little slice of heaven, that's a C10 Hangout. Tailgates down, kicking back, the night feels right. The creek nearby is glimmering in moonlight. Old trucks lined up like soldiers in a row. We share our laughs and secrets only the C10 knows. Fire crackles, sparks fly high. We sing our songs to the starry sky. No place we'd rather be, no place to run. The C10 hangout shines like the setting sun. At the C10 hangout, we laugh and we fight, cranking up the tunes till the stars light the night. With cold drinks and old friends, stories to shout. A little slice of heaven, that's a C10 hangout. Morning won't catch us, we're riding slow, telling tales of the night, letting good times flow. Every laugh, every song, every light in the dark draws you right in, sparks a fire in your heart. So come on down, bring your friends, don't think twice, there's magic waiting at the C10 hangout tonight. At the C10 hangout, the C10 hangout.
Yeah, everybody's got a C10 hangout. If you got a C10, you hang out somewhere, man. And that's right. I hang out with my bros at the C10 Club of Colorado, man. What a great bunch of people, man. And if they're not around, we got other people we hang out. You know, I got my buddy Justin Gurley on the line out here, man, and he is watching tonight. And, you know, I made him a couple of songs about Hi-Ho Geronimo and the Mistress and all that. But the one that I really enjoyed doing the most for him was one for his dad. So this here is called The Legend of Jimmy Lee. Doing the most for
Born in Monte Vista, 1946. A car legend named Jimmy Lee was in the mix. Moved down to that steel town when he was only 2. The year was 1948. Sky so blue. His daddy Shorty worked the body shop line, hammering steel till it looked real fine. That's where the spark caught Jimmy Lee's young eyes, dreaming of engines and four-wheel rides. Oh, Jimmy Lee, born with grease in his veins, lived for the sound of that engine's reign. From chrome to steel, through joy and pain, he built his life like a car, strong and true. Met Sweet Pat and the story turns. 2 hearts on fire, the engines burned. They drove a '63 Impala under starlit skies. Crossed them state lines, love in their eyes. Found a '56 Bel Air, smooth and true. Jimmy said, darling, this one's for you. But Uncle Sam and the Air Force called his name one day. In 1968 he shipped away. Oh, Jimmy Lee, born with greed in his veins. Live for the sound of that engine's rain. From chrome to steel, through joy and pain, he built his life like a car, strong and true. From Vietnam to home again, he swapped his boots for a broom, started sweeping floors at that big old steel plant. Worked his way up, he was heaven sent. Raised 3 kids with a steel man's pride, Justin, Jimmy Jr. and Amanda by his side. But his passion for cars still grew and grew. A 50 Chieftain, a 50 Colt Ford Deluxe, and a 67 clamshell Riviera 2. Now Jimmy Lee, he loved his rides, those 64 Impalas were his pride. But one day he saw a vision gleam, a 61 Impala, his dream machine. Her lines were clean, her motor true. He said, she's the one I was born to pursue. He kept her close through the years gone by, still shines like thunder neath that steel city sky. Oh, Jimmy Lee, born with grease in his veins, lived for the sound of that engine's rain. A life built on love, hard work and steel, forever remembered as the man named Jimmy Lee. From Monte Vista to that steel town, his wheels still roll, his name renowned. And someday Justin will turn that key and ride for the legend called Jimmy Lee.
You know, a lot of these songs are not on the new CD, Cruising the Classics, but you know, you never know. We'll just see how these 2 CDs go out and how they do. If you'd like to buy one of these CDs, there's some of these songs that are on there. Cruising the Classics has got quite a few of them on there. You can go ahead and go to my email at jeffrichards327@gmail.com. That's jeffrichards327@gmail.com. And for you guys, the easiest way to remember it is, if you're a motorhead, it's just Jeff Richards and then the ever popular Chevy 327@gmail.com. And that song, those songs, there's 12 on that CD. There's 11 on Colorado Country, and they're $10, man, and I'll ship it right to you. And you know, they do make external CD players that'll plug right into a USB port on the side of your player or of your computer, and man, then you've got a place to play it right there. So anyway, you know, we're doing all kinds of different things, but I just got to pay tribute to one of my favorite trucks out there, man. And I think there's only one person in the house that probably knows what I'm talking about, but we're going to go ahead and pay tribute to one of my favorite trucks right there. Hi-ho, Geronimo! One of my favorite trucks.
Bought him from a buddy just 3 miles down the road. 45 years behind me, got my own heavy load. Gave myself a present, chrome and rust and soul. A 58 Apache, I call him Geronimo. Twin turbos breathing fire, that 4.8 sings mean. 650 horses rumbling, shaking up the scene. That old patina paint looks like war paint in the sun. Every dance a story, every miles is a battle he won. Geronimo, ride with me tonight through the dust and thunder by the pale moonlight. Got a Pabst Blue Ribbon shifter and a heavy ride toe. Hear them turbos war cry, scream, they sound like Geronimo. Aluminum wheel in my hands, wind in my hair. Ghosts of the plains still whisper in the air. He was an Apache, born and proud Indian chief. And when that turbo whistles, he's still shouting that war cry, scream, Geronimo, ride with me tonight through the dust and thunder by the pale moonlight. Got a Pabst Blue Ribbon shifter and a heavy ride toe. Hear the war cry, scream of Geronimo. From the canyon to the fairgrounds, every road's the same. You can feel that old chief's power running in its veins. It ain't just a truck, it's a soul on the go. A warrior reborn by the name of Geronimo. So if you see us rolling, better clear the way. Old metal and spirit still have their say. Stampede of thunder, buffalo, where the wild winds blow. That's me and my brother, a 58 Apache called Geronimo.
Geronimo, man, if you guys don't know Geronimo, you should, because it's a badass. It's just a badass. That's all it is. Dude, it's a badass. Anyway, guys, hey, I haven't forgot that Christmas is coming around, and Texas Rich and myself, we're behind the scenes doing all kinds of different things, and we're making some Christmas songs too, man. So yes, we are really. Anyway, this one here is called a Holly-powered C10. This is one of our Christmas songs. I hope you enjoy it.
It's a Holly-powered C10, shining red and chrome. Santa's trading in his sleigh, now he's rolling home. Tinsel on the tailgate, candy cane trim. It's a Holly-powered C10, let the joy begin. Oh, wheels are spinning, tires ready to go. Big brakes, Lauren kit, candy red glow. C-notch frame, custom seat gate
the moonlight, headlights gleam so fine. Santa waves to everyone, sleigh left behind. Every little street light turns into a parade. In the Holly-powered C10, memories are made. Oh, oh, wheels are spinning, tires ready to go. Big brakes, soaring kid, candy red glow. C-notch frame, custom seat gauges, digital bright. Sound system bumping, rolling through the night. Snowflakes on the hood, bells jingling in time. Santa's got that V8 purring, bringing Christmas shine. Oh, oh, wheels are spinning, tires ready to go. Big brakes, slowing kid, candy red glow. C-notch frame, custom seat gauges, digital bright. It's a highly powered C10. Merry Christmas tonight.
There it is, man. There it is. From C10 trucks to heart-jerking songs to Christmas songs, man. We do it all around here at the old Roller Dome. At the Roller Dome, baby. That's what it's all about. And Scott Stout, I haven't seen him. He was doing a little spot here tonight, and he's doing the studio up and putting up the brick wall and stuff. So I'd imagine that he's going to be working real hard because he's got to go live tomorrow morning, and he wants a lot of it done. So I don't expect him to be in, but you never know. You just never know about old Rich. Ladies and gentlemen, if I'm going to play this song, we're going to go over a little bit on the start time of the show, but I got to play one more song right here. This is called C10 Summers. This song we're going to go over a little bit on the start time of the show.
Been working all winter long in that cold dark shop, turning wrenches, burning nights, never gonna stop. The brakes are on, the fuel's flowing clean. She's a mean machine, she's my old dream. Got the tunes playing loud, chrome shining bright. Gonna hit that highway come Friday night. I'm getting ready for my C10 summers, hanging out with all my brothers, where the paint shines red and the road just hums. Can't wait to take it to the shows, kicking dust with all my bros. Yeah, I'm rolling through those C10 summers. Long hour daylight never gets old. From town to town with a heart of gold. Just me and my Chevy in the heat and thunder. That's how we roll in those C10 summers. Got my girl riding shotgun, bare feet on a dash, cold drink radio, life's moving fast. We pull in the lot, the crowd turns to stare. All them heads nod, they know she's rare. Stories and engines fill the air. It's more than chrome, it's the love we share. I'm getting ready for my C10 summers, hanging out with all my brothers, where the paint shines red and the road just hums. Can't wait to take it to the shows, kicking dust with all my bros. Yeah, I'm rolling through those C10 summers. Long hour daylight never gets old. From town to town with a heart of gold. Just me and my Chevy in the heat and thunder. That's how we roll in those C10 summers. Trucks like a bunch of fools, but I wouldn't trade it no other way. C10 summers forever stay. Yeah, here's to those C10 summers, the friends that laughs, the burning rubber. Every bolt, every mile brings back that smile.
we found in those C10 summers.
Oh man, I wish summer was here already. Yeah, I'm wishing the winter away because I hate winter. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I want to play with my C10 truck, man. That's what it's all about, baby. That's what it's all about. But Greg Hoffman, glad to see you're in here, man. And guys, that does it for the music portion of the show. After the show's over with, if it's not too late, I'll stick around and play little songs off of Colorado country and stuff. But, you know, before we get started with the show, I need to pay some bills. You got to pay bills to keep the thing alive. So we got to pay some bills. We'll be right back. This is Roller. We're here on Pedal to the Metal. We'll be back real quick. So we got to pay some bills. We'll be right back. Hey, lug nuts, need pick me up to start your day? Then it's time to go to Rise and Grind. At Rise and Grind Coffee in Parker, Colorado, you'll find everything from bold espressos to creamy lattes to refreshing chai teas and smoothies. Whether you love it regular or decaf, we've got the perfect cup waiting for you. Hungry? Grab a hot breakfast burrito and a fresh muffin to go with your drink. And don't forget to check in on our merchandise. Perfect gift for any coffee lover. Planning on an event? Rise and Grind brings coffee to you with our family-equipped portable coffee trailer. Perfect for weddings, meetings, celebrations of any kind. Stop by 475 Singing Hills Road in Parker or give us a call at 480-212-3787. That's 480-212-3787. Rise and Grind Coffee, fueling your day one cup at a time. Hey Lugnuts, take a look at our new partner, 6ix9ine Graphics and Design, a small design and marketing company big on personalized service. They work close with you to get your business noticed with graphics that stand out and get attention. 6ix9ine Design focuses on stickers, decals, and graphics for your hot rods, custom projects, or business marketing. 6ix9ine Design also includes logo design, brochures, signs, business cards, banners, custom apparel, vehicle graphics, and much more. Remember, that's 6 and the number 9 graphics and design, or go to 6ix9design.com or find them on Instagram at 6ix9design. Or go to 6ix9design.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Pedal to the Metal, the podcast where horsepower meets heart. From the shine of collector cars to the roar of race cars and the thunder of monster trucks, we've got it all. So buckle up your seatbelt, turn on the gas, and grab your favorite brew, 'cause the ride starts now. And now, here's your host, Roller.
Please. Save the applause for Brant Arnold. Please. I'm just Roller, man. I'm just Roller. No. Save the applause. Please, save the applause. Thank you very much. No. All right, come on, give me some more. Let me hear it. All right. That's enough. Welcome, guys. Welcome to Pedal to the Metal, man. We hope you enjoyed the pre-show with the music and stuff like that. And we're going to have a good time today, man. We're going to hang out with Brant Arnold from Fast Cars in the Dirty South, a Relics Hunter. If this man if it has a motor, this man can race it. I'm guaranteed he's a born racer, and he's my compadre. Me and him spent a lot of time on the road in the monster truck world. We got stories, and we got stories. And then we got some stories that we can't tell you, okay? It's just between me and him and whoever was there at the time. But no, man, this man... right now, what his big thing is he's running these trucks like stock cars around, and they're semi trucks, and it's a series now. And they were out at Colorado National Speedway this year, and I'm sure they'll be coming back. But this man, who would think of running stock cars with diesel semis? I mean, he's going to tell us all about that. He's going to tell us a little bit about behind the scenes of the big five. Excuse me, the 256. And that's Eric's group, Eric Malone's group there on Fast Cars in the Dirty South. And he's going to tell us behind the scenes stuff. What it takes, what goes on, different things like that. It's so much different from what we see on TV than what really goes on. The drama, the things that the promoters and the directors and all that want to do. They want to just get in there and just mess it all up is what they do, see? They just want to mess it up. And they want the people to fight, and they want them to scream and scratch their eyes out, But no, it's... this man has done it all. He's even been a bull rider. Okay, so if you're a bull rider, I think you definitely could race anything you want to race. But this man has done it all. But how we spent our time together was in the monster truck world, man, and we got some fun stories. And just be prepared, guys. This show. I mean, this show could easily do 3 hours. I mean, that's the kind. I called him the other day to ask him to be on the show. We talked for 2 hours, and I finally told him, I said, hey, it's not the show, man. We're talking about all this stuff, and it's not showtime. I'm just asking you to be on the show. And he's like, yeah, you're right, brother, you're right. And then I called him again today, and we were talking. And every time we talk, we bring up more stories and stuff like that. So, hello, Doug Pearson, how you doing? Doug and Patty in the house, man. They're watching us. Some great friends of mine. I love them both to death. And Doug, if you hear me, man. I think I can probably be good for breakfast on Thursday morning. So we might even get a hold of Dirk and have him join us. So we'll go from there, but I'll call you. But anyway, so Brent, I'll be on tonight, and it's going to be a good show, man. And let's see here. But I know one thing I got to do. I got to finish talking about my sponsors and stuff. And if you guys can look and you can see here off to my side over here, I've got a logo of my car, or my show, and it's called Pedal to the Metal, of course, and this is a light, and this gentleman builds these lights, and he also builds these giant spark plugs, and he can put your logo on them, and it's also a light. It has a mount for the tabletop, or he has a mount that could mount to the wall, and it is a must for any hot rodder that has a great little garage collection or anything like that. And you know what? I think with shipping and everything, they're under $60. And it's the coolest thing. If you're going to do a car show and you want to give some trophies away, man, these are the trophies right here. He can do your logo for the car show. He can put first and second place or whatever. It's just amazing what this guy does. And his name is Jesse Scott. He's with Crafts and Creation Studio. His email is www.jessescott.com. His phone number is 715-721-5999. I know my buddy Scott Stout has ordered a couple, and he's going to be getting them. I got one for Texas Rich, and he's going to be having it on. He's got one for his studio and stuff. But give Jesse Scott a call, or go to his website again. That's www.jessescott.com, and he can check it out and tell us what's going on. Now, for you folks out there that can help me out, this is like my baby, okay? And I need your help. I need you to help me make this show grow. And the only way I can do that is for when you're on your Facebook and you're talking about this show, I need you to tell your friends to come to this Facebook page and like the show, and also on YouTube, follow us. And because after this show's done, I'll post it to YouTube and it'll be on there. And I have all the episodes of the shows on YouTube right now. You can rewatch them and all that. So, and then today, I did open up the store for the merchandise. Rich is going to send me a better JPEG logo for my logo for the shirts, but you're going to be able to buy hats, you're going to be able to buy shirts, you're going to be able to buy hoodies, you're going to be able to buy cups. We're going to have a little bit of everything, and I'll be able to make that announcement next week or on Wednesday for the show. You'll be able to go right to that site, order what you want, they'll ship it to you, they'll make it for you, ship it right to you, and I don't have to have 9,000 boxes of extra large and extremely extra large and whatever shirts, that I have to have, plus a printing press, plus everything else, and I don't have enough time in the day. So I figured out a way that somebody is going to win something. I decided I'd give something away, and what it is, it's this shirt. I had a show called Monster Truck Radio, and this shirt has never been worn. It's been to the cleaners, and that's as far as it's ever been. This is one of my shirts. It says Roller on it. It says Monster Truck Radio here. It's got bell helmets on the sleeve. It's got the Monster Truck MTRA logo on the sleeve over here. And if you spin it around, it's got Monster Truck Radio on the back. The shirt is black with green pinstripe and then some really cool pinstriping on it. And I'm going to pick somebody that can drive the most people to my site. And I have a way to figure that out. And I will announce this around Christmas time on who is going to get this shirt. Now, if you don't, it's an extra large, so if you can't wear it, then that's fine. If you don't want to wear it, that's fine. If you want to hang it in your garage, in your shop, it'd be a great piece to put in your shop, man. I'll even autograph it if you want me to, man. But that's what you're going to get, and that's what I got to offer. But I just need your help. So please help me out in getting that done. Just drive them to Pedal to the Metal. Just remember, it's always Pedal to the Metal with Roller in parentheses, and I'll be putting the links up on the site and all the other sites. And someday when I figure it out, I will get that other one shut down and turned off and stuff like that. So, we'll get that all taken care of. But my buddy Derek, he's my brother from another mother. In the summertime, we hang out a lot. He has Parallax Auto Electric. Man, this man is a guru in finding electrical problems in your car and stuff. Anyway, we do a show during the summertime, and we go to car shows, and it's called Rolling with Roller and Derek. And we have stickers that we have made, and we give these stickers out right here. These stickers are free. All you got to do is come up and say, hey, can I have some stickers? We'll give you these stickers. But we have a sticker out there that's kind of like our trademark sticker. And what you have to do is you have to do an interview, and you have to have a classic car. And then we make you an official lug nut. Now, I've got a bunch of lug nuts out there watching tonight, and they are official lug nuts, and they do have this sticker. I won't give this sticker to my mom. This is a lug nut sticker, and I take the official lug nut sticker very seriously. So if you got a classic car and you want to do an interview and you want to become an official lug nut, then you can get this one right here. But we've got other kinds of stickers we'll give to you, like this one and this one. And then also, I have the new Pedal to the Metal sticker out, and this one's pretty cool. My brother, Texas Rich, he made this design for me, and really haven't figured out how I'm going to do it as far as giving it away. But right now, what I'm doing is if you buy a CD, I'm going to put some of the other stickers in there, not the lug nut sticker though, and I'm going to drop this one in there, and then you guys can have one of these, and then I'll figure out another clever way so you guys can get your. And you know what? I got calling from Tennessee right here. Hold on just a second here. I know. I got a phone call, and I just want to finish this little thing I'm saying, and then we're going to talk to my brother from another mother. So, but anyway, guys, we'll go ahead and we'll get you these stickers, man. We'll put them in the pack. We'll put them in the CDs. I'm just trying to make it grow, man. And then the new t-shirts and stuff are going to be pretty cool, and with the logo and stuff like that. So, man, we look forward to hanging out with you guys and stuff. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if I could get a big round of applause That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Brant Arnold in the house. What's up, brother?
What's up, brother? What's going on?
Dude, we're just having, man, we had an hour's worth of music, and we were just jamming and having a good time, and I just got done plugging my sponsors and playing the commercials, and I'm just clearing the slate for a guy named Brant Arnold, man. Do you know him?
I might know him. We might have met a few times in the mirror, but I ain't sure. Sometimes he's a smart ass, sometimes he's a dumb ass, but sometimes he's all right guy.
They say he's drop dead sexy. I don't know. Is that true or not?
I don't know. I might have been back in the day, but I see lots of gray now, and motorsports puts lots of gray in you. So I'm pretty ugly now.
Well, after that picture you sent to me today, man, I'm kind of ruined. He sent me a picture. I am. I'm just telling you this. I'm never going to lie to you. Why would I start now? He sent me a picture today, guys, of him when he was doing Fast Cars in the Dirty South, and he is in a pair of shorts with a pair of cowboy boots on and no shirt on and the American flag hanging over his, and he's posing like he's in Playboy, and he's by this Mustang, or not Playboy, but Playgirl, I'm sorry.
And it was a Vega.
And it was a Vega. Yeah, it was a Vega. That's right. It was the Vega, not a Mustang, but my God, I'm going to have nightmares tonight.
Hey, you forgot about the sombrero now.
Yeah, he did the sombrero. That's right.
That'll be a poster in your man cave before it's over. I just know it will.
It's a poster in my mind, dude. It's a poster in my mind. It lives forever in my mind, is what it does.
If you think it's bad, you just seeing a picture. Imagine the poor people that's at the racetrack that day.
Oh my God! You know what? I'm just gonna say a quick prayer for your family, right fast, because God help them. Just God, please help that family. Please help them.
I have done worse. I've been in a cowboy hat with the same shorts on and pink Crocs walking around at the drag strip. So hey.
Oh my God, I gotta go now, guys. That's it. That's it for the show tonight. I appreciate you guys tuning in and stuff, but I'm telling you what, ladies and gentlemen, when me and this guy get together, the old memories, the old stories come out. I was telling him about when I first called you to be on the show. We talked for 2 hours, dude, and I had to finally say, hey, we're not on the show. We're not doing the show, man. Let's save some of this for later on. But we got more than that, even that. We got stories for a lifetime.
Oh, yes. I mean, when we was in the heart of things, and not saying motorsports still ain't great, but in the heart of things, when everything started, man, there's so many memories, so many great people, and just the enthusiasm at the tracks, the arenas we was at, everywhere. It was one of a kind, and the memories we made with people, I mean, it's stuff that can never be replaced with anything.
That's the truth. And wasn't it always cool to go back to a town the following year and be in that autograph line, and somebody comes up and there's your autograph on a shirt that they brought back to get autographed again, or you were in another town and somebody said, hey, I used to live in that town and I was at this show, and I mean that was the fan base back then, man. They were super fans.
Absolutely, and the people that would follow the shows. I mean, even and everybody asked me today, what's the biggest thing I miss about pro mod racing? Well, spending money, dang sure ain't it. The fans.
Yeah.
It was the fans. It was the fans that come out to every race to watch you run. That was always there. That was the meaningful thing. Same with Monsters. Most of the people that was little that we performed on in the day with Monsters, they're grown-ups with families now.
That's the truth, man.
And for somebody to walk up to you and say, hey, I was a little kid once and I remember watching you run a truck here or there, man, it means a lot. It means a lot for you to still be on their mind from back in their childhood, with them being adults with kids of their own now.
It's the truth, man. It really is. Starting out your career, of course, you started out riding bulls. Why? Why did you just decide you're going to get on a bull one day and just ride it? Or what was the deal, dude? Were you drinking? Was that your drinking days?
No, I wasn't drinking back then. I might as well been. I don't know if I hit my head hard. But, had quite a few friends and everything that rode rough stock or rode horses and everything. And, I'll be honest with you. You really want to know the truth. I started out going to ride bareback. And I just didn't have enough brains that, to anybody that knows anything about rodeoing, on bareback riding, when the horse turns and takes its first step out of the chute, you've got to have that horse marked out in front of its shoulders with your spurs. And I failed to do that a lot and got disqualified a lot because I never could mark a horse right coming out of the chute. So I decided, what's the next best thing for me to do, considering I can't do this right? Well, bulls, you just hung them feet, turned them toes out, hung them spurs, and nodded the head, and you win. And that's how I got into bull riding. And I guess a big part of it was Mama was, no, you ain't gonna do it. And you know how we are at a young age. You try to defy all the rules, and that was one of my ways, I guess, of trying to defy the rules. Was they didn't want me doing something that I could get hurt bad at, and I throwed my hat in it. And I mean, look at it this way. Me riding bulls, believe it or not, even though it has nothing to do with the motor, was the beginning of my motorsports career, because who did I meet then? Bobby Paul, AKA Sparkplug, the rodeo clown.
That's right.
And that relationship with Bobby later on developed into, started out designing tracks for monsters, then actually, start driving monster trucks.
Well, I can't remember the exact year me and you met. It was somewhere between the dinosaur and the gasoline-powered motor, but that's just how old we are. But, dude, when the minute I seen you driving, I told myself, I said, this guy is a driver. He's born to drive. I mean, you got in those monster trucks, and you were like a seasoned veteran to begin with, man. I mean, talk about your first time in a monster truck and what truck it was.
Well, I mean, the first actual show, not just fill in, not just going out and moving the truck around, anything like that was in Pennsylvania. No, excuse me, was not in Pennsylvania, it was in Bristol. And I went out and, it was one of them deals. I was a fill-in driver for a guy that had to go to a daughter's graduation. And they asked me if I wanted to. I'd been 2-3 years building tracks at that time. Was pretty much MTRA certified, inspecting trucks, running kill radios. Hell yeah, I jumped at the opportunity. Went out and drove the truck like I stole it. And of course, when I got out of it after wheelie competition, we all know monsters start off with wheelie competitions at the very first intros. And I went out and done what I was supposed to do. And of course, I got looked at and told, hey, you've been in a monster before. No, I haven't. It was just listening to the rhythm of all the early drivers I was around, watching them in the arena. If you care anything about motorsports, it sticks to you like glue. And I'd watched so many people know their throttle rhythm when they hit the cars, and it just stuck to me. And of course, the first wheelie competition I went out, I didn't think nothing about it. I hit the cars hard like I was supposed to. And, listening to them and the throttle response, you don't see their movements inside the truck. I forgot to look out the floorboard.
Right.
So I'm looking directly up. It's a beautiful night. Stars was every which way. Stood the truck straight vertical. Come down on the pile. Come back around. Hit the next pile. I didn't hit it quite as hard that next time. And the car pile wasn't that great on the other side anyway. And, I'll never forget, went out for the wheelie cheering competition. And I'm not going to go into what all he said, but a good friend of ours, Bennett.
Yep.
He said he knowed why I hit the first car pile and didn't hit the second car pile as hard as I did the first one. He said I was going through real immense emotions when it come time to hit the second pile, and just couldn't concentrate on what I was doing. And I'll never forget that night. And it was great. It was absolutely great. I loved it. And, kept doing it. And of course, Bobby brought me into the Monsters, and of course, met another great friend of ours that I'd like to say he started my mentoring in monster trucks, and that was Dave Hardwood.
Yeah.
He was driving Oz Monster at that time for Paul Schaefer. And, he took me under his wing and taught me a lot. And then the best of the best mentors I can ever say I had in the monster truck world, me and you both good friends with him.
Oh, yeah.
And that was Mr. Don King.
Yep.
Don taught me what it took to be an independent and run a monster truck. A lot of the people, and I'm sure some of the ones listening to your show, they know what they see, but they don't know the background of, behind it. And that's the thing, is so many kids nowadays grow up watching Failed and Monster Jam, and they see everybody turn their truck up. Well, as an independent, we couldn't go out and do that because the next weekend we was booked somewhere else, and we didn't have a backup truck to take our position at that next event. So we had to keep our trucks in top shape to go from event to event.
It's the truth. Guaranteed. And then it not only you had a show, but you had 2 or 3 displays that you were supposed to be at on Wednesday, Thursday, and then you had morning TV, and then you had afternoon displays, and then you had a Friday night show, and then you had maybe a Saturday afternoon show,
matinee show,
and then you had an evening show. So you didn't have time to scratch your ass, let alone anything else.
No, and and I laughed and told everybody, I said, when I first left and went on a actual monster truck tour, here I packed all these good clothes and everything up. Shit, I might have had 3 good pair of pants left when I come home. Everything was covered in oil, grease. I mean, and I can't tell you how many cell phones I went through at that time, dropping them out of the truck, running over them with the truck, you name it. It's a hard life. And anybody that thought it was easy, it wasn't. I mean, tiring trucks up, tiring trucks down. None of us really. Some people were smart and used ear protection, changing wheels. But you got your head stuck in a 66-inch tire and a steel wheel, hammering on an impact, putting your nuts on your wheels, and you're looking at everybody for 20 minutes afterwards, going, "Huh?
Yeah,
huh?"
It's the truth.
I mean, it's a whole different world, and. But the thing was, when we all started, everybody, especially the independents, we worked together. We was all family oriented. We all had each other's back. We helped each other all we could, and better than I do, some of the best come from back then, Runte, I could go on and on and on. Jesse Burgee.
Yeah.
Some of the names that a lot of folks don't know nowadays, but me and you will remember till the day they put us in the ground.
Guaranteed, man. And, getting back to Feld, I'm not knocking Feld. I mean, these people, they do amazing things with these trucks, okay? Don't get me wrong.
They do.
They really do. But
they push the boundaries.
They push the boundaries. Sooner or later, somebody's going to get hurt real bad. We talked about this other night. Somebody's going to get hurt real bad because it don't take much to rip your heart right out of your chest. I mean, not where it physically comes out, but where it's stationary in your chest or, your neck. I mean, the Hans device is great, but, it only does so much. And somebody's going to get hurt, and it's these kids that don't respect the sport. They want to go out there and make a big name for themselves. They want to go out there and be the superstar. They want to be
Tom Mintz or Dennis Anderson.
Exactly what I was just getting ready to say. They want to be Tom or Dennis. And, they just don't understand what they're really doing because they've never had to wrench on a truck because all they do is put their fire suit on, they get in the truck, they drive, and then they get in the airplane and they go home. And they don't understand what goes from point A to point B and all the things that those mechanics are doing late night, working on the truck.
Mm-hmm. Keeping a truck together.
Yeah. So it's...
I mean, and I'm not taking nothing from Tom or Dennis. We all know they come from the old school world. They come up, I remember when Tom started out driving for Paul Schaefer, Monster Patrol.
Right.
That's actually, the first years of actually seeing Max D on failed shows, we all know the truck is Goldberg. We all know that truck was actually Monster Patrol. Then they put the Goldberg body on it during the WWE days.
Right.
And then it went on, and he got in with fail, but they put in the time, they put in the work. They know what it was like when, I mean, let's face it, in the early days, and still today, the money ain't just the greatest, but you was doing a lot of traveling, a lot of hard work, and if you was just pretty much a filler truck, you was $2,500, $3,000. And even if you was a big name truck at that time, 4,000, 4,500, 5,000, and you break a couple planetaries or blow a motor or eat a transmission out of it, if you ain't got a lot of sponsors, I mean, it made it real hard on an independent, especially knowing you had to be in another town the next weekend.
Guaranteed. And not to mention the trucks back in the day, if you did a front stoppie, you're going to push all the oil up to the front of the motor, and the oil pump's going to suck air, and it's going to burn your motor up, man. I mean, those motors weren't designed to do that kind of stuff.
Well, and I've seen, and like I said, I think the world of Dennis. I mean, he was the man that really started pushing a truck to the far extreme.
Guaranteed.
But when a truck's on its lid or it's halfway on its side and you're still revving it, going it, when that truck's on its lid and you're still revving, trying to put on a show for the crowd, there's no oil at that oil pump.
No.
You're just melting the bearings out of that motor. And I watched a young man when we was doing Mexican shows that went out and tore a truck all to pieces, transmission, bent the cage in, tore a whole wheel champagne and all off the truck. Truck was upside down running it, and granted, we got paid good to go to Mexico, no doubt. We got $9,000 back then. But I mean, you take an effect, a champagne, a motor, transmission. I mean, you went to Mexico and blowed all you made and then some for nothing, for no reason. Right. I mean, just because you enjoyed going out there and tearing your truck up, and that was something that I'm thankful to Don for, because he taught me how to go out there, plan your hits, plan what you're going to do, go out, put on a good show for the crowd, a show they'll never forget. Park your truck, put your truck in the trailer in one piece. Let that be your goal every night. Load your truck in one piece.
Right. Well, it's the truth, man. And I mean, he was the master of doing it, and his stuff was, everybody used to say, oh, it's all home built stuff, but I'll guarantee you what, I put that stuff up with a lot of these trucks today, man. Those trucks were wheelie trucks, number one.
Yep.
They were a quality built and a driver friendly truck.
Yes, and Don, he showed me a lot of the tricks he done to them trucks that made them trucks what they was, made the trucks work with you to put on a show without being so destructive on a truck. It's like slap wheelies. I'll never forget, I was in Eustis, Florida, my first slap wheelie. Had Cody with us and Don's boy, and I asked Don how to slap wheelie. It amazed me because Don could go from one side of the building to the other in a slap wheelie. Yeah. And he explained me how to do it. And his boy laughed at me and said, yeah, good luck. I've been trying that for 3 years. Went out, first try. Slap wheeled it, rode it across the arena. And I'll never forget, he was standing at the end of the arena holding the kill radio. And I was watching him out the floorboard. When I got to the end of the arena, I set the truck down. I was still a safe distance from him, but I remember I had both my fingers pointing out the windshield, sort of like in your face when I dropped the truck.
Right.
And just being able to, that was pushing the limits to us then.
Right.
And now when you're jumping a truck 30, 25, 30 foot in the air and just slamming them into the ground, I mean, not only is it hard on the truck, it's very hard on the drivers.
Oh,
and here's the thing about it. I don't care how many tethers or anything else you got on the truck. Eventually, you're going to throw a part off big enough or you're going to make that simple mistake and it's going to go into the crowd, and that's really going to hurt somebody. And it's something I've never wanted to see. When I think you was there in Austin when I dehydrated and blacked out and I hit the wall.
Yeah.
You know, first thing come to me when I woke up, I wasn't worried about the truck. I wasn't worried about nothing else. First words out of my mouth to EMT and Don, because Don was standing over top of me, was, did I hurt anybody? I didn't care about none of the other stuff. Everything else could be replaced, but I know if I'd hurt a body at that event, I'd never be able to live with it.
Guaranteed. That's the truth, man. I mean, it's just the way it is. But, you know, you always did the good slap wheelies and stuff, but Don was known for a special move, ladies and gentlemen, and it was called the bear walk. And,
Yes, sir.
And the bear walk was something that he did in, I forget the name of the town where he first did it. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think I called it the bear. I said, look, he's bear walking across the cars. And he was in barefoot, and he went up into a wheelie, and it stood there for a minute, and then he started bumping it, and it started walking across the cars, and it got to the other end, and he spun around and went back the other way and then set it down. And then all of a sudden, Brant Arnold comes along, and he's doing the bear walk. Talk about the bear walk, man.
The bear walk, that was, of course, the same night that, you know, I dehydrated. You know, I'd watched Don do it. It was a trick that, you know, you've been in the monster truck world as long as I have. Not many people have you ever. I'll be honest with you, I've never seen nobody do it but Don besides me.
Right.
I went out, when we got to that event, El Bandito was actually a filler truck that we used most of the time. I mean, that truck would do anything any of the other ones did, but we used El Bandito and Torquezilla as filler trucks most of the time. I was running the General Lee. Don, of course, was in barefoot. We had another driver in El Bandito, and he took him out, put me in El Bandito, put him in my truck just to run it as a filler because he wanted some hard action at that event. And I went out for wheelie competition. Rear steer messed up, and of course I had to sit out of side by side race and everything. They was trying to replace my rear steer pump. Told me not to get out of the truck, stay buckled because they needed that truck back in the arena ASAP. And me and Don had talked the night before at supper about the bear walk, and he'd sort of walked me through it, telling me how he done it and everything. And I went out and just everything hit right. And here's another thing that was amazing to me, that I was able to do it where I'd done it. As you know, that show was on concrete. The cars was tethered together. We had no hitter ramps. We was broadsiding the cars. And went out, when I hit the car pile, the truck stood vertical just like it should. When she sat down, I knowed we was still vertical, good and vertical. And I just went to wrapping the throttle like Don explained to me. And walked the truck across the piles and everything. And you know, Don wasn't a hard person, but he was a hard person. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. What you mean.
If you was driving for Don just wanting a pat on the back, most of the time you wasn't going to get it. You was there to do a job and do that job.
Exactly. And
the happiest I ever was, that man was in his fire suit. Hans still hung around his neck. You know, Don was, he was in barefoot. He was going to be the man to come out at the end of the event and just have the crowd on their toes. He walked out of the back door of the arena walked through the back door of the arena, because it had a little holding area that we had our trucks in and would drive into the arena to do the event, and was out there clapping for me. And that's something that I will never forget, because, like I said, Don wasn't one that would often come up and say, "Hey, man, good job." He was a great person, really was, but he didn't do that often. And for him to walk out into the arena doing that night meant the world to me. Of course, you know, 15 minutes after that, I don't remember much because I dehydrated and I blacked out in the truck. But I do remember that about that night, and that'll go down as one of the greatest nights ever for me, was right there at that event with him.
Right. Well, hey, Brent, hang on just for a second. I got to take care of a little bit of bill paying right quick. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back with Brant Arnold. And, man, we're going to have us a good time. I hope you guys are enjoying the show. This is Roller. We'll be back here in just a minute. Hey, lug nuts. Need pick me up to start your day? Then it's time to go to Rise and Grind. At Rise and Grind Coffee in Parker, Colorado, you'll find everything from bold espressos to creamy lattes to refreshing chai teas and smoothies. Whether you love it regular or decaf, we've got the perfect cup waiting for you. Hungry? Grab a hot breakfast burrito and a fresh muffin to go with your drink. And don't forget to check in on our merchandise. Perfect gift for any coffee lover. Planning on an event? Rise and Grind brings coffee to you with our family-equipped portable coffee trailer. Perfect for weddings, meetings, celebrations of any kind. Stop by 475 Singing Hills Road in Parker or give us a call at 480-212-3787. That's 480-212-3787. Rise and Grind Coffee, fueling your day one cup at a time. Hey, lug nuts, take a look at our new partner, 6ix9ine Graphics and Design, a small design and marketing company big on personalized service. They work close with you to get your business noticed with graphics that stand out and get attention. 6ix9ine Design focuses on stickers, decals, and graphics for your hot rods, custom projects, or business marketing. 6ix9ine Design also includes logo design, brochures, signs, business cards, banners, custom apparel, vehicle graphics, and much more. Remember, that's 6 and the number 9 Graphics and Design. Or go to 6ix9design.com or find them on Instagram at 6ix9 Design. All right, guys, we're back with Mr. Brant Arnold, the man, the myth, the legend in his own mind. You know, dude, our time in the monster truck world was probably, that was right when it was really getting good and getting fun for me. And man, I cherish those memories. I cherish friendships like yours and mine. And when we we don't talk that much because you're a very, very busy man with your new life and your new programs and all this stuff you got going on and stuff. But it seems like when we get back and we do talk to each other, we pick up right where we left off. And
absolutely.
And it's the memories that we have. And if the good Lord come down and sat on my shoulder and he said, I'm going to tell you what, if you change your life completely and you do this, this, and this instead of what you did now, I'm going to make you a very wealthy man. I just have to look at him and say, you know what? I got people I love. I got great stories. I got great memories. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Absolutely.
I'm fine with the way my life is.
Absolutely. I 100% agree to you. I wouldn't change a minute of it. You know, you look back on stuff and say, well, why did this happen? But, you know, all in all, you know, it's just like we was talking about the bull riding. You know, the bull riding brought me over to the monsters, you know, and it was just, there's always a connection. Once you get through and you get to move on to this, and that, you can always see a connection and move you from there to there. But the thing is, you never forget the good times and the friends you've had through everything. Me and you talked here a while back. You know, there's very few. We could count them on one hand of OG monster truck drivers that's still out there today.
That's the truth, man. That's the truth. And most of them, we don't know where they are. We don't know if they passed or we don't have no idea. They just kind of like fell off the face of the earth or something, you know?
Right. You know, unless they was friends with us on social media or whatnot, we just don't know. I mean, and there was a lot of good guys, a lot of great guys back then that, I mean, I'd love to just pull up at a round table somewhere, drink coffee, hot cocoa, Coca-Cola, whatever, and just shoot the crap and go back over everything. You know, at one of our races we just finished, I think it was in Mobile at my show, a couple of women there was laughing, and this is a true aspect. What she said, is funny but true. She said, I can't believe y'all guys. You know, we're sitting here going back over the race that we just raced. Right. I mean, we're going back over it play by play. We just raced it. We was the ones in the truck. But she said, how do y'all get out of the race trucks, then sit here and do a play-by-play over the whole race after y'all are done racing? And, and it was the same way with Monsters.
It was.
We'd go out and do great at an event, and we'd talk about that event to the next event, then you got new memories at the next one, but there's always some times that you won't forget at events. And me and you've talked about a lot of them,
Yeah, we've had a lot of monsters. As Stanley Torgerson used to say, there's a lot of monster truck spectaculars going on, and they were. And he was a big one to, we, of course, as driver, I drove a little bit, not anything in competition, but I got to drive a little bit. And I love that part of it. But, just being the driver and going out there and doing those spectaculars and like Stanley said, leave them for more to come back to next year. Don't give it all to them in one night. Leave some on the table, and they'll come back again next year. And they did. We played more sold out shows during our career than I think most of the shows are nowadays. Except for Monster Jam and stuff. I mean, you can't compare. They got TV. They got all these. We didn't have. We had the weekend news. We had the news reporter that come out and done a 15-minute spot on us on a Friday morning at 5 o'clock in the morning. And that was all we had.
Well, you can't forget Hell Weeks, the county fairs and stuff like that. You was here one night, skip a night, at another event the next night, skip a night. I mean, and we was in little backwoods hometowns. Small arenas. I mean, and even some of the indoor arenas we was in. I mean, when you walked in the door and looked at it, it's like we're having a monster truck show here. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's the truth. The damn speakers were down lower than from the ceiling, and you couldn't even go halfway through the track because of the speaker system.
Right. I mean, and it was like, in some of the arenas I can remember going to didn't look much bigger than a dadgum basketball court.
Well,
they was that small. I mean, it was one of the deals the trucks had to come in one at a time, and there wasn't no Chicago style racing, and you didn't have enough room on side by side to even get a truck stopped in there. So I mean, you had to pick and choose what you went and done, but we'd done what we could. We put on the best show we could, and never said never. We went out and done what we could for the crowds, the fans.
Indeed.
And, just, we was just in an event, trying to think of which track we was at, because we done autographs at the end of a big truck race with American Big Rig Racing. And man, the crowd was just lined up forever getting autographs. And my son, I can't believe he remembered, because he wasn't, that was in his early years being born. Up to he was about 6, 7 years old was when I was driving Monsters. He's like, Dad, I haven't seen a line like this getting autographs since the monster truck days.
That's the truth, man.
And that line, a lot of people's like, because, we would always do a pit party before the event.
Yep.
Then at the end of the event, we'd go sit at a table next to the exit doors of the arena, and we'd all sign autographs again up there.
Guaranteed.
And you would have people in line going, man, we hate to keep y'all here so late. They was looking at that the wrong way. We was up there because we was putting on a show for them. We're there for y'all guys.
It's true.
And
that's true.
And that pushes forward to the TV stuff. I preached to these boys 1,000 times on TV. A lot of these guys get big. Next thing you know, at the drag races, their cars is roped off. They're not talking, or they're standing in their trailer, and they're not standing out there with the crowd. And here's the one thing they're not thinking about. We all know TV networks, ratings is what they care about. They don't care if you're the best person in the world doing whatever, juggling, whatever. If you can't bring in ratings, they don't need you. I mean, that's just the pure reality of TV. Well, what people's got to realize, that gets on reality shows, TV shows, and this ain't just drag racing. This is in any of them. any TV show out there, they get big. First season, you're not really a household name. Second season means you're doing pretty good. Third season, you're a household name. And most of the time after third season, people's heads swell. And they think they're too good to talk to Miss Penny over here or whoever. And here's what they forget. Them people that you don't want to talk to, the people that you're roping off and keeping away from you, them people is what brings ratings.
Guaranteed.
And without ratings, you have no show. So you've got to be thankful to them people that got you to where you're at, because you wouldn't be in season 3 if them people wasn't watching you that pushed you with your ratings to season 3.
Right. That's the truth. I remember doing, we was in Lubbock, Texas one time, and we were doing a show, and I'm not going to mention the driver's name or nothing like that, but he had just started running with us, and he was just young, and down on the track, I said, now these drivers all go up to the autograph line, make sure you go up and get yourself an autograph item, and, blah, 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 and do my last bit to sell merchandise and then go meet everybody over there. And I get up, and I go stand at the very end after everybody's done signing autographs, and this driver looks up and he goes, "Oh, you're a big-time announcer. You sign autographs too?" I said, "No, I don't. I sit here and I thank everybody that comes through this damn line, and I thank them for coming out and spending their night with us, and I shake their hands, and I take the time to listen to their stories or whatever, and they appreciate that. They feel
1,000%.
They feel welcome, and they feel that, hey, this guy took enough time, excuse me, to take a minute out of his night. He's been working his ass off, and he's taking this time to sit there and talk to me, let alone when we went out to eat and we just got done with autographs, and you could see him. You'd go to Denny's or wherever we'd happen to go, and we'd pull in, and there they would be at the table, and then they'd start pointing, and they would send the kid over, and the kid would I really enjoy the show. And if I had more guys that were want to tell them, hey, we're eating right now, stop. You take the time and talk to this kid, because this
1,000%.
kid will be back there next year with his mom and dad, and he will continue to be back as long as you guys are friendly to him. And it was so important to do that. I mean, it really is. I mean, it's Monster Truck 101, man. That's what it is.
Well, and we was at Crossroads Arena. I watched, like you said, I'm not going to mention driver's name. And, we was all sitting there at a long table, passing shirts down. And he got to where he wouldn't even look at the people, period. He'd snatch a shirt up, scribble out on it, and he'd just slide the shirt down.
Right.
And I had strong words with him, and I told him, I was like, look, I said, I remember getting to go to the tractor pulls and stuff like that when I was young with my dad. And for a driver to take his time and to speak to you meant so much. And what a lot of people don't realize, you as well as I do, the kids being into motorsports, yeah, there's still a lot doing it, do not get me wrong, but the head count in motorsports, antique car building, whatever, when it comes to motorsports, automotive world is nothing what it once was.
Right.
And all it sometimes takes is that one person spending a little bit of time, spending a little bit of attention with that kid that could turn that kid's whole life around, and for them to chase and that be the next big racer you see out there.
That's the truth. I mean, it is definitely the truth.
I went through, I'm in the big truck show world, and, I won Louisville this year, which is, that is the SEMA of the big truck shows. That's the show of shows. And there was a lot of kickbacks from me taking people's choice and best of show at that event. Did I have the prettiest truck there? No, I did not. There was some jaw-dropping trucks there. But what I tried to explain to them, and it goes back to every little thing I've done, bull riding, 50% of the score goes to the rider, 50% of the score goes to the bull. Because if you're on a lazy piece of stock, they're not going to give you a grand score because the bull didn't buck worth a crap. Or,
right.
Vice versa. And that's what I tried to explain on social media to several that was whining and crying because I won. Well, when you build a show truck, number one, I built my truck just like my race truck, me and your friends on Facebook. every day that I get something done, I post it.
Yep.
And so many people has told me they felt like they was part of my build.
Well,
they felt like
we were.
Right, because I showed every day. When I built this truck, I showed every day what I'd done to it. And when I got to the show, my truck wasn't roped off. People come up, wanted to, can I get in and take a picture? It's a 54-year-old truck. Get in it, take a picture. You're not going to hurt it, you know. And I sat and I spoke to people from the morning the show opened to the end of the night. You know, Louisville has a light show every night. So even after the light show, I'd stand there till my legs and my feet was killing me.
Right.
Half the time, whoever was with me would bring me something to snack on because I wouldn't leave the truck. I sat there and I talked to everybody that walked through. Got a couple down in South Mississippi. Their baby was 4 months old. They done a photo shoot on the deck plate of my truck. The first year I went to Louisville. And that I just had my truck show at Mobile. The same little girl. She's walking and talking now. You know, she's 3, but she's walking and talking, and she gets pictures made of this truck all the time. That's the small stuff that means everything. You know, and that's what people didn't get. If you're standing there and you're going, don't even walk up and go and breathe on my truck. You know, it's people's choice, and if the people who they like and who is there for the people is how they vote that. But, you know, a lot of people got hard feelings towards me because, no, my truck wasn't perfect, but there's a lot of heart and soul went into it, and everybody in the country that pays attention to any of my, you know, social media pages know that.
All right. You know, there's a good friend of mine on here right now, and his name's Sean Green. Sean's a photographer for monster trucks, and you might have met Sean down in Lake Charles area and stuff. He's down in that area, and even he said, you know, as a photographer, he even tries to stay positive, to interact with the crowds the best he can, to keep positive vibes going and giving great experiences to these people. And it's the truth, man. I mean, it's the show. It's the whole show. It's the guy that's the usher, and it's the guy that's the superstar. It takes everybody to make a good show. And when you got an usher that's a horse's ass, you got to get him out of there, man. You got to get him or her out of there. They got to go. Put him in the kitchen.
Even the janitor.
Yes, guaranteed.
Even the janitor. I mean,
that's the truth.
I mean, and that's the thing about it. Everybody's got their important roles, and you know better than I do. A lot of the people gets a big head. They're better than everybody there. You know, they become the superstar, and they forget where they come from.
Right. Well, that's the truth, man. It is. It really is. Well, you know what? I want to take a quick break for a second. This will give you maybe a chance if you need to get something to drink or whatever, or stand up and stretch your legs. I got a bull riding song for you, and I'm just going to go ahead and play that right fast. I got to adjust some stuff here on my computer. And ladies and gentlemen, when we get back, we're going to be talking. We're going to be talking about Twister. We're going to be talking about the 256. We're going to be talking about all this monster truck racing and start this big truck racing that he's doing, the American Big Rig Racing. And we're going to be talking about that. And we're talking to Brant Arnold right now, and I'm so proud that he's on my show, man. I'm just like a kid in a candy store.
Proud to be here, brother.
That's right. Well, and that's another thing. When I called him up, he said, dude, what do you need me to do, man? What do you want me to do? I'm there for you. And I would be the same way for you. If you ever call me and say, I need you to be down here, I'm coming, man. I'm going to be there. Or I'm going to get on the phone, or I'm going to do whatever. Because you talked, and you said something here the other day that kind of sparked an interest in that your new promoter wants you to start doing a podcast. And I'm there I'm down to be there for you for that. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Pedal to the Metal. I'm Roller. On the other line, we got Mr. Brant Arnold, and we'll be back here in a minute. This here song is called 8 Seconds of Hell.
Was just a kid with a hand-me-down road, riding wild calves, hanging on to hope. County fair lights, cheap old chaps, dreaming about the big time under 10-gallon hats. Started working his way up that famous name chain. Took his lumps, learned to dance with pain. Every ride was a notch in his brain, till he grew into one tough bull riding man. 8 seconds of glory, 8 seconds of pain, riding them devils again and again. From hometown dirt to where legends dwell, he chased his dream through 8 seconds of hell. He rode Bruiser in the stockyards down in Fort Worth, cut his teeth on dust, sweat and dirt. Tamed Red Rock at old Cheyenne frontier days. Crowd went wild, they knew that man was one hell of a hand. He drew Bushwhacker down in Houston town. NRG lights and the crowd got loud. By the time he hit 35, there was one bull left to ride. He was broken in blue and walked with a limp. The years had carved that cowboy grin. The legends don't quit, they saddle and yell. When the gate swings open, they give it hell. Madison Square Garden, bright lights and smoke. A bull named Bodacious pawed and broke. 8 seconds of hell, the crowd couldn't tell if he'd make it or die where the legends fell. 8 seconds of glory, 8 seconds of pain. Every scar wrote part of his name. From Fort Worth dirt to the Garden's bell, he rode his dream through 8 seconds of hell. 8 seconds of glory, 8 seconds of pain. Every scar wrote part of his name. From Fort Worth dirt to the Garden's bell, he rode his dream through 8 seconds of hell. He started young, now they all know his name. The boy who climbed the famous bull name chain.
There you go. Excuse me, 8 seconds of pain right there. And I'll guarantee you what, it's got to be 8 seconds of pain. Sam Ditto, it's great to see you on there, man. Thank you for tuning in. Give them kids a big hug and a kiss for Roller, and tell them good night for me, man. I appreciate you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. We're talking to Brant Arnold. This young man and me, like I said, we've got a great history together, and we're going to have a great history. In fact, when I die, I'm going to have him talking at my funeral, okay? That's just the way it is. I got to talk at Dawn, so Tag, you're it. You got to talk at mine, man. So I got a few years on you, and I don't care what stories you tell then.
Well, I hear you. You know, and that song there just played, you know, I noticed it said something about the Bodacious in it. You know, it's funny. But that took me back because, you know, the last event Bodacious was bucked at, I was there with Terry Williams and Sammy Andrews. And, you know, that bull had an amazing career, you know.
He did.
In the spotlight. And what Tough Edelman did that night right there, I'll never forget. You know, just hearing that name took me back to a memory I can never forget. Tough drove that bull. We was at TVR, Nashville, Tennessee.
Uh-huh.
And when the gate opened, Tough just stepped off the bull. Tough drawed him that night, and Tough tipped his hat to him as he bucked across the arena, and that was the night they retired Bodacious. You know, I know that's a little far off what we talking about, but
that's a good memory, man. And see, when I was building that song, I did a lot of background. I do that on all my songs. I do a lot of background research and stuff like that. And if I would have known that, that would have definitely been in that song for sure. In fact, I'm doing another song. I'm writing it right now, and it's about a young baby calf that was born that was kind of like a runt, and the farmer didn't really want him, and the farmer's son took him, and this calf grew up into a bull, and the bull was happened to be bodacious. So I'm going to be building this song here soon, and I think I'm going to have to call you back and get the story on that, and that's going to have to
be more than glad to tell it.
Be the end of the song for sure. But we've talked monster trucks, we've talked bull riding, and we've talked a little bit about your career in building trucks, and you've kind of touched a little bit on the American Big Rig Racing Series and stuff like that, but I want to talk a little bit about the 256 is what I want to talk about, man.
So what do you want to know? I had to keep a lid on it for years, and it's like this. Most people that ask nowadays when I'm out and about, I tell them how everything played out. Because a lot of people, I got to give a shout out to Eric Malone, because poor Eric. Eric got hate mail. Eric got threatening letters. People, they was wanting to hurt Eric over me in the show. But me and Eric's good. Me and Eric still check in with each other. We still talk to each other. And, a lot of what people didn't realize was what production was doing behind our backs that made things look like it looked on TV. So, anybody that wants to know anything about the 256, I'm more than glad to share it, because there's a lot of limelight of the show that was put in bad faith on Eric and them.
Right. So let's start at the beginning. So did they approach you? How did you become a member of Dirty Car or Fast Cars in the Dirty South?
Well, as you know, I had my first TV show was called Rebel Gold. It was on Discovery Channel. Come on after Yukon Men.
Right.
And everybody knowed I drag raced. I'm saying on production wise. And actually, the way he was an assistant producer on Rebel Gold, the way he met Eric Malone was through me. He was wanting to do a motorsports show, and I introduced him to Eric. Well, they had pushed several sizzle reels and everything, and the networks told them no, they didn't want the show. Well, of course, Rebel Gold was a top 14 show, and due to some stuff with Discovery Channel, we didn't go back to film season 2, even though we had very high ratings. When the plug got pulled on the show, this producer reached out to me and said, "Hey, you just come off a show on Discovery Channel that was doing really well. We really need your help with this show. We know you drag race. Would you be interested in coming over and helping get this show launched?" And, and as far as Eric, me and Eric had met 2-3 years prior to all this. Eric bought his son, Sean Malone, which is right now, today, Sean's soon be graduating high school and is one dedicated heck of a racer, is winning races left and right as we speak. And when he started driving a junior dragster, my daughter was already running a junior dragster, and Eric didn't know the ins and outs of running a junior dragster, and I helped Eric with all that. Then, fast forward it. That's the reason I said yes. I was more than glad to help Eric and them with the pilot for the show to get the show and everything. And once they redone it, reshot the sizzle reel, and added me into it, the network greenlit the show, and we got the show.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. I hadn't been in touch with you in a while, and of course, at night I don't watch anything but car shows and different things. And I see this new advertisement coming on for Fast Cars in the Dirty South, and there's my Bubba on there. I was like, oh my God, I just gotta watch this one. And dude, I was captivated from the minute the very first episode come out, all the way up. I mean, I missed a couple, and damn me for missing them, because so much stuff happened in those other the previous episode. You didn't know. You're like, what the hell happened? Why are they? Why is Why are they? Why are they fighting? Why is Malcolm and Brent fighting? What's going on here? I don't understand this, And but anyway, I think my favorite one, and I told you the other night, was when, because you was always poking the bear, and I call Eric the bear. He was always poking the bear just to get him riled up when you moved your desk and everything into his office. And you had it over there in the corner, and you come in there with that race chair, and you had your feet up, and you had the car on the desk and stuff, dude. I laughed so hard. I was like, that is so Brent. I cannot believe it, man. And it's just, talk to us about some of the good times in the 256.
And the funny part is that I told you the other night, I'm standing here in my office at my shop. That desk is in it now. That wasn't a production thing. That was just a me thing, moved in and done. We had a lot of fun moments there, had a lot of great memories. Built some real fast cars, we got to go to roadkill nights and race. We done a lot of eventful stuff that we wouldn't have got to do if it would have just been any other regular old thing, because we all did drag race. And you got to think, yes, there was disagreements that wasn't production related, because you got me that runs a blown pro mod. Imagine that, me with a blower. I mean,
yeah.
Once you hear that whine in a monster truck, it sticks with you, and that's.
Guaranteed.
If it wasn't a blower car, I wasn't gonna run it.
Right.
But here I am, a big tire pro mod guy, throwed in with a bunch of small tire guys. And no, we don't always agree. We didn't always get along on our thoughts on how to build the fastest car we could build. But other than that, just when the cameras was not on, we got along great. Then they separated us, of course, and we went to separate shops. And the main reason they done that is because that's when Malcolm and me had separated one way, and Eric in the 256 bunch stayed at the shop. They'd tell me what they wanted to tell me. They'd tell Eric what they wanted to tell him, and the aggression got so bad. I mean, it was real aggression. Everybody asked how much of it was fake. None of it was fake. That's the sad part. I mean, you could have come and said, hey, I need y'all to disagree about this or that. Well, we know we was making a TV show. We could have agreed, but in his eyes, real drama was what was best. And what he didn't realize is once he got all the footage he needed, he was jumping on a plane, going back to Washington, D.C., New York and Washington. Their office was in New York, but he actually lived in D.C. And it was left for all of us to put everything back together again.
Right.
Because, we've got a lot of drag strips down here, but we still around each other a lot. We had to go to promotional stuff together and everything else. And it made it real hard. But all in all, we had some great times. And once everything come to light there at the end, me and Eric noted it wasn't me and him that was really at each other's throats. It was all, production getting what they wanted.
Right. Well, you start out the season, first year, the first show with a car named Dillinger. And Dillinger looked like he was a handful. Talk a little bit about Dillinger.
Dillinger was a 1934 Ford three-window coupe that I built. Built it in matter of fact, didn't even have my own shop at the time. I built it in Corinth, Mississippi, and Mike Pittman and Tyler Pittman's shop. And that car was actually a blower car, Monte Carlo, to begin with, and had set some real fast records. A car actually had the track record in Montgomery, Alabama with the previous owner before I got it, and Pro Mod record. I built it for my daughter to run 6.0 with it for a season. We won nearly every race we went to. Car was a 6.0 champion for the year. Come in for the winter, decided, you know what, I'm going to build a hot rod. And I cut a Pro Mod up and built a 34 Ford three-window coupe. And that was when I was filming Rebel Gold. And when the producer went to talking to me, well, shit. Plans changed. So here we go, putting a roll cage in it, built it up, put the blower motor and everything in it. And on TV, they kept talking. The car was dangerous because all the footage the world got to see was the car bouncing and hopping.
Right.
And that was not the way my car actually worked. I was at an event in Jackson, Tennessee, me and Kai Kelly, and we was just doing a shootout for the crowd with him being from Street Outlaws and me being from Fastest Cars. I broke a right rear shock. And me being the redneck I am, and my tuner, you know, he comes over and he says, well, you know, Brant, John Force's car is a rigid chassis. You know, the dragsters, NHRE Top Fuels, are rigid chassis. He said, you can get through this race tonight and not cancel because there was such a crowd there. He said, make it rigid. I thought about it, so I jumped my happy little butt in a car. I go to Tractor Supply, buy two third members for a tractor, lengthen them out the same length as my shocks, lock the nuts on them, put them where my shocks was at, and made the chassis rigid. And slowing down at the transfer at the end of the track when I got on the brakes, the car bounced like a basketball. And any Top Fuel car will do the same thing if it's any kind of rough. And that was the footage the producer got, and it was always said how dangerous that car was, how dangerous that car was. I'd run that car anywhere in the country, anytime. Biggest mistake I ever made was letting production talk me into sidelining that car and building Braveheart. Don't get me wrong. I loved building the car. I turned a lot of heads with it. And of course, Braveheart was built in memory of fallen police officers in the country.
Right.
That's the reason it had the thin blue line down the center of it. And that's the reason it said some gave all across the windshield.
Right.
But, you know, I built that car, spent all the money I spent on it for 25 pounds of weight difference.
Wow.
And, you know, I wished I'd have kept the 34. I know where it's at in Kentucky now. If it still had the cage in it, the guy that's got it now took the cage out of the car. If he hadn't, I'd love to have the car back just for the memory of the car.
Sure.
But that's how we went from Dillinger to Braveheart.
And then Braveheart comes alive, and my God, did it just it exude extreme badass. I mean, it was just like, son of a gun. That Camaro is just breathing fire and spitting nails, man.
It was. The car was wicked. You know, I started out with the 1071 blower on it that was on Dillinger. Then Rocky Flanagan, my tuner, talked me into going to an R980 Whipple on top of it. And, oh, my God. When the Whipple got put on it, it was like daylight and dark at 16% underdriven, because we was underdriving it before I got my first real good motor in under it.
Right.
At 16% underdriven, it was making 28 pound of boost. Underdriven.
Oh my God.
Yes, it was an absolute beast. You know, and of course, you know, the fatality of it was when I blowed the last motor. You know, going into season 3, everybody's seen my Facebook blow up. I popped a motor at an open outlaw race in London, Kentucky, and I was done. I wasn't going to race the rest of the season, because when you talk about buying Pro Mod motors, we ain't talking about your local $7,000-$8,000 motor at the junkyard.
That's
you
right.
know.
Yeah.
We're talking $40,000-$50,000, and I told the producer, I said, you know, I'm not going to race this season. I'm out. And, you know, knock on wood. Now, I'm not saying this, I've been beat in plenty of regular races, but as for my TV career on television, our races was not set up. None of them was.
Right.
I never lost. But the producer throwed his little fit, said he'd done pitched to the network. Me and Eric had to race that year, and threatened to put me in breach of contract if I didn't get the car going. So I was like, well, you just want me to crap this money? I'm not taking money away from my family to put this car back together. So they come up with this deal that they was going to give me my episode fees up front and then reimburse me at the end of the season, which never happened. I went to Kentucky, picked them the new monster up that was in the car. That was the all aluminum motor that they portrayed come from Jamie Ott's,
Right.
but it did not. I was going to leave there, take it to Huntsville Engine, which was my motor builders, and let them check the motor out before I put it in the car. Again, producer throws a fit. No, we're filming you put that motor in the car tomorrow. And against my better judgment, put the motor in the car, and 14 passes later, at 160 mile an hour, we hit a wall in Crossville, Tennessee in it. Still in the middle of filming. And, of course, funny story about that. I wound up selling the motor about a year and a half later. Guy I sold it to has pulling trucks, and he calls me up. He says, "Hey, man." I was like, "Yeah." He said, "I just got to ask you a question." I said, "Yeah, what's that?" He said, "I just want to know, how big is your balls?" I said, "Excuse me?" He said, "How big is your balls?" And I said, where's this question leading? You bought a used motor from me. He said, "Well, my engine builder's putting this motor together, and we got to running the numbers on it." He said, "How much boost was you putting in the last pass when that motor come apart?" And I said, "We was putting about 40 pound of boost to it. Why?" He said, "Yeah, you got a pretty big set." I said, "Why? Here we go with this again. Why am I got a pretty big set?" He said, "Well, you realize that motor is 13-to-1 compression, right?" And anybody that knows blower cars, with a blower motor, you don't want to be with about 8-to-1. So, you already got this big motor putting all this compression in the cylinders. Then you've got a blower sitting on top of it, putting more on it. The rods had the rods was screaming, save me before they come out.
Right, exactly.
So, the car was a beast. Had some great races there. Raced Super Duck in season 2. Was on Jamie Ott's team. That car had never been beat on television. It'd run through Oklahoma's cars. It'd run through Memphis's cars. And, Eric and a bunch of them called me crazy when I called him out at the beginning, but it was one of them deals, what did I have to lose?
Right, exactly.
If I lost, okay, he's beat plenty of others. But if I won, I beat a guy. And on television, if you ever go back to them episodes, the producer would not let me say he's never been beat on television. So they just let me say he's never been beat. He just like me. He'd been beat in other races.
Sure.
He just hadn't been beat on television. And up to that race, oh, Lord, I went through 3 transmissions the week before the race.
Oh, my God.
Car was breaking input shafts and output shafts. PTC, they're great sponsors for me. They stayed on top of it, fixing transmissions. Well, Kenny Ford, the owner of PTC, calls me and he says, "Hey, I got thinking about something." Kenny knowed my cars well, and it just tells you how good a transmission man this guy is.
Right.
He said, Dillinger had a 1/4-inch aluminum mid plate in it. He's the man I got Braveheart from. He said, Braveheart's got an 1/8-inch steel mid plate in it. He said, you need to spacer that mid plate, build you a spacer, and make it 1/4-inch. And I thought, well, maybe it's work, because he was talking about it was the way it was doing. The converter was what was, messing the transmission up.
Uh-huh.
And so I tore the transmission back out of the car. We got it on the lift. I'm supposed to be in Jackson at like 5:30 to film that night for that race. So we yanked the transmission back out. We built a spacer for it, stick it back in, throw the car in the trailer, head to Jackson. And if anybody remember that episode, Malcolm kept asking me why I was so nervous and why my voice was so twitchy. Well, I'm going into a battle, and I don't even know if I got a car that's going to leave a starting line.
Right.
And pulled out there. I remember Landon. Landon's always the last person to shut my car door, my son.
Yeah.
He fist bumped me and said, "I love you, Dad." And we shut the door. I pulled out there, and I was just God, please let this go down right. Please let this go down right. And got up there on the line, lit my bulbs. He lit his bulbs. I let go of the button. It left. I was like, oh yeah, we on a ride now. We on a ride. And I'm thinking it was breaking the output shaft when it would shift in the second. So now we got to go to phase 2. Is it going to break when it goes to second gear? We've left the starting line, and the car shifted in the second, and it was just like I can't explain it. The way when it hit second, the way the car left, and I went around that car and won the race, and that was, I guess that would be my most important race. Everybody would probably think, you know, Eric not racing me was my most important race. No, season 2, when I raced Super Duck and I beat Super Duck, was probably my most important race I ever run on TV.
Wow. That's crazy, man. I mean, that's just, like I told everybody, you're a born driver, bud. You're just a born driver, you know? So,
Yeah.
I know that sooner or later this is going to turn into another interview, maybe middle of the winter time or something like that. So I don't want to tell all the stories about the monster trucks. I don't want to tell all the stories about the 256. I want to kind of get into, Landon's racing, and I also want to get into, I got a question mark here by a name, and it says Jordy.
Oh, man, that'd be the last race of the season. A good friend of ours, Alan's son-in-law, is named Jordan. He hadn't raced with us all season long. He'd been to a few races, but Jordan actually used to run that Bandit Series.
Right.
And he came to the race and decided he was going to run his number 9 truck, which was a truck that I had a podium finish in at Smoky Mountain Speedway. And his clutch was messed up. And here I am. I went out, qualified third. Then we went out in the first heat race. I broke an axle and broke a right axle. So falling in a turn on the round track, it was just spinning, especially when you've got making a little over 1,000 horse with a motor. I'm just spinning is all I'm doing. It was like my clutch was slipping, but it wasn't. So in the end race, our main heat, me and him's at the back of the bunch. I'm just trying to make 30 laps. I know trucks is going to blow tires. I know they're going to fall out, so I'm not going to finish last. Well, Jordan being in the back, but his clutch actually messed up. I never thought the crowd heard it. I'm messing with him. Every time he'd run up beside me or I'd get beside him, I was hollering out the window, "Hey, Jordy! Glad to see you, Jordy!" And, I mean, this was 30 laps. This is constantly 30 laps. Well, another guy blowed a tire, and he thought it was something on his truck because he was so close to us. Well, he cuts off on the back stretch into the pits. Well, he figures it out. It ain't. By the time I get around to the front stretch, he's coming back out on the front stretch, and we're under caution. And I run up beside him, and I'm half hung out the window. What little bit my Hans and my seatbelts will let me hang out. And I'm screaming at the top of my lungs, "Hey, Jordy! I'm glad you're back, Jordy! I missed you, Jordy!" I'm not thinking none of it. He's over there doing the Hawaiian thumb and pinky wave at me. And we're laughing. We're just having a good time. We're just trying to get through the night. Both of us got broke trucks. We're just trying to finish the race.
Right.
I get back to the pits at the end, and the crowd is just going, they're everybody's walking up, talking about me hollering Jordy out the window of a race truck going around the track for 30 laps. And it was just one of the memories made. And all I was doing, I was in a broke truck. I was having a bad night. So I was trying to have fun, being who I am.
That's right. Guaranteed.
And I never thought the crowd was hearing me scream like this out the windows.
I'm glad you weren't an announcer and had a microphone inside your helmet. I mean, it would have been all over the town, But, ladies and gentlemen, what we're really getting at is now we're segueing into the American Big Rig Racing is what he's doing now, and this is something that I really, really kind of I just have to see this, man. I really do. What What? What are you doing, man? You're racing semi trucks. I mean, damn.
We are racing semi trucks. We are, and the main thing is we're racing semi trucks. It all started with Bandit Series and some of your Champ Series and all that on asphalt. And yes, we do still run a few asphalt races. But the main thing is what the crowd is loving is we are running 12,000 pound plus big rigs on dirt tracks.
That's great.
And it's a feeling like no other feeling. The guys I run with, we've talked about the monster truck world. And the guys I run with, it takes me back in time to the great days of monster trucks because everybody's there for each other.
Right.
We go to the events. We help each other unload. We help each other with the trucks. We have a blast. And that's what it's all about. If you ain't enjoying it, why are you doing it? And, it's grown bigger and it's grown bigger and it's grown bigger. We actually done Smoky Mountain Speedway. The owner of the track there done a report on it. They had the Lucas Oil Series there. We done 3 times what Lucas Oil Series done at his track.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. And these things aren't automatic. You guys are shift. You got a 10-speed
yes, sir.
in this truck.
Yes, sir. My truck's a 10-speed. Some other guys have got 18. Some's got 13 speeds. Smoky Mountains, I was actually running an 18-speed there. Matter of fact, I was running Jordy's truck at Smoky Mountain Speedway. And I've told you about it. I mean, you've got a good kick out of it.
Yeah.
I went out for qualifying, and I told everybody when we come in qualifying, I said, there was a tire coming out of turn 2. I said, boys, I just got a feeling I'm going to own that tire before the night's over. Well, sure enough, we go out for the first heat race, which is a 10-lap heat race. About midway through the race, I fall into turn 2. The truck washes. I'm looking directly at that tire. I never check up. I hit the tire. When I do, the hood flips over on the truck. I'm not checking up. The crowd is going berserk. Good friend of mine, and he's the one that sets up most of our races. Nicky Black was to my right in his race truck. And I done seen him in the mirror, and I'm like, I hope he don't take my hood off. But I'm still not lifting. I knowed when the truck landed that the momentum should shut the hood.
Right.
And I did. Landed the truck. The hood shut like it was supposed to, and finished second in that race. and everybody's going, dude, I got to ask, how did you keep calm? Because that truck left the ground.
Right.
When you hit this tire. And they said, how did you keep calm when the hood tilted? I said, well, you drive monster trucks long enough. Nothing surprises you. So I just had it figured out the hood would shut our last dirt race was in Kentucky.
Right.
And a friend of mine was driving that truck. And the track was rough as a cob. I mean, Jeff, this track was rough. It was like racing on a washboard. And the hood actually come off that truck. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself on the way home from a race, I was like, I wonder if it had done been to another race since then. But I thought, everybody's like, man, that track was rough. That hood fell off that truck like it did. And I thought, I probably didn't help it none when it fell over in the middle of the race. Smoky Mountain Speedway.
Yeah, exactly. It was still shaking.
yeah. I'm sure it wasn't too great on them hinges at that point in time.
Guaranteed. And well, I know you guys ran out here in Denver at Colorado National Speedway, but you weren't a part of it. That's a big track, man. That's a damn big track. That would have been something to see. But these trucks don't do what they do on the dirt when they do these. Only thing they do is kind of wear tires out, right?
On asphalt, yes. I was very intimidated when I first started because, you fall into a turn in 12,000 pound plus rig, you're watching smoke roll over your right front fender. It eats tires. And, so I was intimidated because we all know you blow a steer tire, you're going to crash. You're going to wipe out. Something's going to happen. So the asphalt, yes, we're fast. And it's still fun. Do not get me wrong. But asphalt is a Sunday drive compared to dirt. Dirt, most people knows what Outlaw 602 cars are, which is some of the fastest cars on dirt.
Right.
We are 4 seconds, only 4 seconds slower than Outlaw 602 cars on dirt.
Wow. That's crazy.
So, at the end of a dirt race, arms are like spaghetti.
Right.
But it's a blast. A lot of people coming out. Matter of fact, I've got a new TV deal. For next year, we're going to be supposed to be doing 20 episodes. 10 of them episodes is planned out to be live events. Then 10 behind the scenes, get to know the drivers and stuff like that. So it is growing. Matter of fact, that's what I'm doing now. I'm building my new truck, L5. We've talked about my Twister show truck. Everybody loved it.
God, Twister's beautiful.
When you gonna race Twister? It's been a going joke. You gonna race Twister? You gonna race? No, I'm not. I'm not messing Twister up. But Twister's a 70 model little one to Peterbilt. I bought another 70 model little one to Peterbilt. It'll be painted just like Twister. It'll look just like Twister, minus the sleeper. And Twister being Twister, and everybody wanting Twister, it can't have Twister. So L5 Tornado is the biggest recorded tornado they are. What do? Tornadoes spin round, round, and round. We go round track. So
there you go.
That was the birth of L5.
That's the name of the truck then.
That is the name of the truck, is L5. And I will be debuting that truck in Louisville, Kentucky at Mid-America Truck Show this coming up March, which was a show I won with Twister this year. And after that, it's going to be game on with it. I'm building it as nice as I can, but I still got to keep in mind it's going to get beat on. Everybody's like, "Oh, you going to make it show quality?" I'd love to make it show quality, but it's going to be a pretty truck. It's going to be a nice truck, but it's not going to be at 100% of what I can do with my skill, my craftsmanship, because I know that the first track it goes to, she's going to get beat up.
Well, you're going to have a target on you, man. Everybody's going to want to be the first one to put a mark on that truck.
Well, we might have a little thing that we do if we put a mark on somebody's truck, that sometimes permanent markers kind of get in your pocket and you sort of walk over to the truck and you sign that scratch. So that kind of stuff might happen.
Right. But the thing is you're going to roll into this next year with this setup. And not only are you going to have Twister pulling it, and then you're going to have F5 on the back, but your trailer is going to match, and it's the same year model trailer, just with new suspension and stuff on it too, right?
Yeah, that's right. I've got a Twister's a 70 model. The low-boy I've bought to haul L5 on is a 70 model, and L5 is a 70 model. So everything that I'm taking to the races is all 70 model.
And it's all going to be the same color and
same color and color matched.
And it's going to be a Brant Arnold special, man. I guarantee you, buddy. I can't wait to see it, man. I really can't. I'm just so excited to see it.
Well, and here's the thing about our races. We are not at just one track.
Right.
We are racing all over the country, anywhere from New York, Pennsylvania, Alabama, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, Oklahoma, like you said, Denver. We're all over the country racing. This ain't something that's just specific to one area. So there's always a chance for any of the viewers that's, listening to anything. If they want to watch big trucks on dirt, they can come to one of our events, and I promise them they will have a time of their life. Bring the wife, the kid, the baby. We're family oriented. All of our families is with us when they're there, and they will have a blast.
So if you do Denver, or if they do Denver, are you going to be part of Denver?
Oh, it depends on how many trucks we're taking out there. Again, this time we don't know if it's going to be a shootout, like it was before, 5 Canadians versus 5 of our guys.
Right.
I might possibly. It depends on how great F5 runs, because out there we don't want to send nothing but our best.
Sure.
And I think there has been small talk that we might be doing just a regular race out there eventually. That's not on the books. It's not in the paper yet, but there's a big possibility that they could be an all American Big Rig Racing race out there, and then everybody could see all of us do what we do. We enjoyed racing with the Canadians out there, but their trucks, and it's not taking nothing away from them, but their trucks and our trucks are two different animals.
Sure.
They got some fast rides, but they've got their front ends cut where it don't wear tires like ours does. Their truck's got lower stance to the ground. They've got so much. Our main goal with American Big Rig Racing is back to 78, 79, and 80 when big truck racing was huge in America.
Right.
We want our trucks to be as much like a truck that we can hook to a trailer and pull. Yes, I know we got side pods on them. We do that because, you don't want a battery box and a fuel tank there. Hang a fuel tank in the race, fuel all over the track, EPA's all over you. So that's the reason we have the side pods on the trucks. But as far as cab, hood, all of that, we try to keep our trucks. Matter of fact, L5, if you noticed, our Bandit series wouldn't let them run the regular breathers on the side of the truck like they was. If you notice my F5 truck, there's breathers back on it. I've got regular mirrors on the truck. It's going to be as close back to a working truck as it can be, but still be raced.
Well, dude, if you come out here and you're out here, I'm going to be like a puppy dog following you around because I got to be part of this deal and watch it, man. I got to be there. I got to be there.
You know we got 2 seats in these trucks, right?
Oh, you do? Hell yeah, baby. You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. There isn't very many people I would hop in one of them damn trucks with, but I would hop in the truck with you, bud. I would go. I would get in there.
We don't let anybody ride with us from the main race, but we go out sometimes at tracks. We'll let a family member or a friend hop in and take them some hot laps around the track, and and that's the fun of it. Like I said, it's as much family oriented as the early days of monster trucks. That's the reason I love it so much.
Right.
I'm not doing as much out of my shop next year. I'm gonna concentrate a lot more on racing next year because it's back to what I felt in the monster days that, we can't go back to them days.
No, we can't.
There's not enough of us left to go back to them days, but all the guys with American Big Rig Racing, there's regular guys like me. They've got trucks that they haul with, or they own truck shops like me. Nicky, he paints and custom builds trucks just like I do. He's out of Asheville, North Carolina. And we got Mike. Mike works at the Mike Place in Nashville. We've got 4 drivers. 4 drivers. We got 4 trucks. We got 3 drivers out of Pennsylvania. Bob, Hoppy, and Chris. Which Chris actually owns the 00 truck I've been running this year. Everybody more people know him as Sundance as anything. He was actually, we're sort of everybody calls a lot of people aggravators call us the Hollywood team because he was actually on, I can't think of the dadgum name of the TV show he was on, but it was where they hauled, they would bid on these load hauls and stuff like that. And then whoever got the highest bid.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I can't think of the name of the show, but he was actually on it several seasons.
Oh, was he really?
So both of us, the 01 truck and me in the 00, we're both from a TV background. So, it's me and him when we first met is like we've been long lost friends. Never been a dull moment between us. We're always cutting up. We have a blast. We have fun. And again, the goal of everything is to put your truck back on the trailer at the end of the night in one piece.
Guaranteed. Well, hey, Brent, hang on just for a minute. I want to pay just another set of bills. You know how it is. And I want to finish up just a quick little bit about Landon and him racing and stuff like, because I know you're getting behind him and stuff. And then we'll call it an evening, and then we'll have you back midwinter time when it's cold outside in Colorado here, and we'll talk more about the big trucks and you customizing and stuff. And like I told these guys, I've been telling them all week, we got stuff for days. We can talk for days. If our voices would hold out, we would talk for days. So, guys, we'll be right back. This is Roller and Brant Arnold. We'll be back here in a minute with a little bit more of Pedal to the Metal. Hey, lug nuts, need pick me up to start your day? Then it's time to go to Rise and Grind. At Rise and Grind Coffee in Parker, Colorado, you'll find everything from bold espressos to creamy lattes to refreshing chai teas and smoothies. Whether you love it regular or decaf, we've got the perfect cup waiting for you. Hungry? Grab a hot breakfast burrito and a fresh muffin to go with your drink. And don't forget to check in on our merchandise. Perfect gift for any coffee lover. Planning on an event? Rise and Grind brings coffee to you with our family-equipped portable coffee trailer. Perfect for weddings, meetings, celebrations of any kind. Stop by at 475 Singing Hills Road in Parker or give us a call at 480-212-3787. That's 480-212-3787. Rise and Grind Coffee, fueling your day one cup at a time. Hey, lug nuts, take a look at our new partner, 6ix9ine Graphics and Design, a small design and marketing company big on personalized service. They work close with you to get your business noticed with graphics that stand out and get attention. 6ix9ine Design focuses on stickers, decals, and graphics for your hot rods, custom projects, or business marketing. 6ix9ine Design also includes logo design, brochures, signs, business cards, banners, custom apparel, vehicle graphics, and much more. Remember, that's 6 and the number 9 Graphics and Design. Or go to 6ix9design.com or find them on Instagram at 6ix9 Design. Okay, guys, we're back, and we're going to finish up the last 15 minutes with Mr. Brant Arnold, and we're going to be talking about, but before we go any farther, yeah, I play the same commercials all the time because that's all I got is 2 sponsors right now. I'm just a baby. I'm just a baby, Brent. I'm just a baby. And
You'll get there.
Yeah, and if you guys are looking to sponsor the show or something like that, sponsorship is really, really cheap. And we'll build you a commercial, and we'll talk about you, and we'll have you on the show, and we'll do anything we can to help support your business. So if you're looking to do some sponsorship, get a hold of us, and just all you got to do is email me at jeffrichards327@gmail.com, and we'll hook you up with some kind of a great commercial, and we'll make it work for you. So, but Brent, before we go, you're very family oriented, man, and I know your daughter raced and stuff, but Landon was really getting into the racing there right after the show kind of ended, and talk a little bit about what he was doing.
Well, Landon, I got to say, had a gift of gab, especially behind the wheels. As me, I put him in a junior dragster early, and I can honestly say every race we went through, the boy either run it up or he won. And we moved him over to a full-scale dragster, a 280-inch wheelbase car, and run it one time with a carbureted motor on it. He looked at me, he said, "Daddy, this ain't fast enough." So we put a blower motor in the car, and several people said, this is his year, 2022. He's gonna make big moves. I was like, yeah. I know he's good, but he's green. He's in a blown dragster. I don't know how well he's going to be at it. He was 16-year-old. We go to Atmore, Alabama, $10,000 race, open outlaw race. He wins it. Of course, you couldn't tell the kid nothing after that.
He was just like you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And, went through the season. He's racing blown Hemis. He's running blown big blocks. And all I had the kid in was a blown small block Chevrolet. He was just consistent. He done what he needed to do. He tuned it. Rocky Flanagan, my tuner, taught the kid how to tune. He done his own tuning. He done everything. And sure enough, 2022, never forget the night he won the championship. We was in Crossville, Tennessee. We pushed the car to the starting line for the last time. And for the life of me, when we pushed the car to the starting line, I never said a word to him. I looked at him. We got up there, and he's already in his Hans. He's already got his helmet on and everything. I said, "By the way, son," I said, "what tune did you put in this car? This is the last race. You win this, it's yours." He looked at me, sort of squinted them eyes, smiled real big. He said, "Dad, I'm sending the rods to God." And I didn't ask no more questions. The boy went out. He won. Race Star Wheels was a sponsor of him. We was at PRI. First weekend of December, he actually had his car in Raystar Wheels' booth. Got to talk to John Forrest, Tony Stewart. They was both interested in him for what he done. You know, it was one of them sad things that Christmas Eve, he fell asleep driving home and had a wreck, broke his back in 3 places. They put 2 rods in his back, 8 screws and a plate. And, you know, has it ended an NHRA career? I'm afraid it has, because as you know, I've got 2 titanium discs in my back.
Right.
My car made around 3,000 horse. If it went into tire shake, it was hard to walk after you get back to the pits. You know, when you go to talking about nitro cars, 10,000 horsepower, it goes into tire shake, and we was just talking about them cars being rigid, no suspension. I don't know that he could hold up to it. I know he's got big into the diesel world right now, building the Cumminses, racing trucks, and he's doing well at it. But so, you know, he's like me. He's got no give up in him. Will he be out there one day? Big name in racing? I don't know. I can always hope so. But he's got into the big truck racing when he can. You know, I'm probably going to build him a truck to round track race with also. Right now, you know, kid's working on pipeline, making, you know, he's 19-year-old now, making $2,000 a week, working on pipeline, living a dream. He's building these Cummins race trucks and having fun with them. And all I can do is look, support him and back him, because, you know, that's what I tell everybody. Because I will say this, Jeff, the night I wrecked Braveheart, his dragster was there. I was at Crossville, Tennessee. He looked me in the eye at the end of the track, because I told everybody, "It's a stick of fork in me. I'm done." I said, "I'm just, you know, I done went through nearly 100,000 that year in motors. I wasn't putting my family at jeopardy no more. I was done with it." He looked at me and he said, "Dad, we'll sell my dragster right now and put your car back together if you still want to race." And I told him, "No, absolutely not." He'd worked all them years being my crew guy, doing everything I needed done. So the next year I spent crewing for him, and that's when he won the championship. And that meant more to me than any race I could have ever won in a pro line.
Guaranteed, man.
But that's how the kids. Well, and like I said, I was a proud moment when he looked at me and offered to get rid of his car, doing what he loved, to see me back in a car. I couldn't bring myself to doing that. And the kid won a championship because I didn't do that. So no regrets, man. No regrets.
Yeah. Well, Brant, I tell you what, man, I really appreciate you coming to do the show tonight, man. I knew I could count on you. I knew it would be a good show. I knew it would be a long show. And we are, with the music and everything, this show is almost on 3 hours. And that's a long time for a podcast, man. But I'm trying to give my audience good content, and everything that I've done so far. Yeah, I've had some bumps and some widgets that messed up, you know, music, and right in the middle of a gentleman by the name of Raul De La Torre, in the middle of his interview, and I'm going to have him back on, it just shut down. We had a power loss. That was beyond my control. There's nothing I could do on that. But I've dealt with these widgets, and I just keep on getting up, and I keep on fighting like you do. And, dude, I just want to make it a good one, and I think this one is really going to help me put it in the books, and I owe you a big favor, man. I really do.
Brother, we've been there for each other for many years. That's what friendship's about. It ain't about your hand being out. It's always about, hey, how can I help you? And that's what we've always done over the years, is help each other. And I'm just glad to be a part of it. And I'm honored that you had me on it, to be honest with you.
Well, thank you very much, man. I really appreciate that. And, hopefully in a year or two, it's even bigger and better than it is, you know. So if you could see the studio from where it's at right now, I'm in the basement. I'm looking at Christmas decorations. I'm looking at toy collections that I have, and I'm looking at bottles and cases of water. But to
the crowd,
yeah.
But wait a minute, to the crowd that's listening to this,
yeah.
I want to tell everybody that's listening to this, y'all give it 2 weeks, and that picture he talked about at the beginning of this podcast, I promise you he'll have a poster of that up in that basement.
Are you triple dog daring me? Is that what you're doing? Is that what you're?
I am triple dog daring you.
Oh my God! I got to get it done now. I got to ruin all my.
I tell you what, you get it done, put it in a cube, mail it to me. I will sign it and mail it back to you to have on your wall.
It's done. I'm going to get it done, dude. I'm serious. I'm going to get it done. And then when I put it up on the wall, I'm going to lose every listener I have.
Nah, you won't.
No, because they'll want autographed copies of it too, man. Just because of, I think we've given them all a good experience and a good quality show, and I think it's just going to be a good time. So I'm taking your triple dog dare. I'm holding you to giving me a ride if you come out here. And dude, I just love you, man. I just love you like a brother.
I love you, brother.
And I got a song that I made quite a while back, and it's called Building Hot Rods with My Dad. So I'm going to send this song out to you and Landon, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, brother, man. I love you very much, and we'll be in touch soon. And, yeah, I'll get the picture made, and I'll get it done. So,
all right, brother. Love you.
Love you too, man. Love you too. Guys, I tell you what, I'll be back here in just a minute. This is called Building Hot Rods with My Dad. And I told you it was going to be a good show, man. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. And let's just give Mr. Brant Arnold a big round of applause. It's the studio. It's full of people, man. It's just the studio like that. So anyway, here we go, guys. Mr. Brant Arnold, thank you, sir. And here's Building Hot Rods with My Dad.
When I was young, I'd sit in the shop watching you wrench on those old cars non-stop, wishing I could help, just to lend a hand, learning what it meant to be a man. Then one day you turned and said, son, grab that rag. That was the best day I ever had. That's the day my dream began. I was building hot rods with my dad. Yeah, I'm building hot rods with my dad, turning wrenches, talking fast, 32 deuce coupe, flathead V8, Hildebrand parts, man, that car was great. A 4.9-inch satin black, Kelsey Hayes wires, red out back. You put a Stromberg 97 on that slab, man, I was building hot rods with my dad. I still remember the day we sold that ride. A tear rolled down as I stood outside. It wasn't just steel, chrome, and glass. It was the time we had that went too fast. Then I realized as that hot rod rolled away, we weren't just building cars those days. We were building memories that always last. Building hot rods with my dad. Now the years have come and gone, and the torch is moving on. I see my boy in the shop out back, watching me work like I once said. So I'll turn and smile, say, hey, give me a hand. Let's fire this motor and make it stand. Let's start him.
Well, that's what happens when you bump the wrong button. So, Brant, are you still there?
I'm here, brother.
Okay, man. I apologize. That's just I bumped the wrong button. I shrunk the screen down, and I forgot that it shuts the song off. So anyway, that was building hot rods to my dad. My buddy Raul is on the other line on the chat in here, and he says I need to make a song about you and Landon, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to be calling you here the next couple days. I'm going to be getting some information from you, and then I'm going to create you guys your own song, man. So we're going to get that.
I appreciate it.
And I got some CDs coming in that pack. I'll get that sent out to you. And other than that, buddy, be safe. Hug the family.
All right, brother.
Give them a love. And I'll talk to you soon, okay?
All right, man. Love you, brother.
All right. Love you, too.
All right, man.
All right. Bye-bye. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed tonight's show. I know I sure did. Thank you for hanging out and being a big part of the show tonight. I hope to bring even better shows every week to you guys, and I can do that just by letting you guys be involved in my life of what I did in the motorsports business and how I grew up doing different things in the motorsports business and my time in the car business and my time at the classic car shows and just everything. I just want you guys to enjoy a life that I thought, I've got a pretty good life, and I want to share it, man. I want to share the stories with you guys because some of them are really, really good stories. So on behalf of myself, Debbie, thank you for tuning in. Your CD should be there with you real soon. And Raul, Barry Struble, and everybody else, Kevin England, I appreciate you guys so much for hanging out and listening to the show. These episodes will be on YouTube. You can go back and listen to them. And when you get over on YouTube, follow us, man. Like us and help me grow this baby. And Raul, I'll be calling you soon. We'll get you back on. And we also want to talk about making sure that we have know about the Night Owl Car Show, which is on July 10th. We want to continue to keep doing that and keep people aware of what's going on, and we want to help out whatever we can do. So guys, this has been a great 3 hours, man. So thank you very much. And I don't have the ending of the show anymore because it had some sponsors I don't have anymore, so I took it down. So I'm just going to end up with a little song called Muscle Car Blues. After that, I'm shutting it off and going upstairs. You guys have a pleasant evening. Have a great weekend. I love you very much, and you guys are my lug nuts. So be safe, be happy, and be proud.
My baby sitting idle out in the drive. Chrome still shining, but she barely alive. Blew a gasket last Sunday, lost that race by 2. Now I'm sitting here wondering what a poor boy's gonna do. Yeah, I got those muscle car blues, busting knuckles and worn out shoes. Gas tank's empty, my wallet too. Lord, I got them old muscle car blues. Heading down the lines come the Saturday night. My 55 high boy's gonna make it right. Gonna line her up next to that be-altered crew and that slick dude's coupe. See what she can do. Now the boys are coming from Fresno town. Say they're gonna take my 55 down, but my motor's big, mean and loud. Gonna keep those wheels stuck to the ground. Yeah, I got those muscle car blues. Can't take my gal out, ain't got no fuel. She loves that rumble, she loves that sound, but my hot rod's quiet, just sitting around. If I could sell this ranch or pawn my shoes, I'd buy a gallon just to chase those blues. Cause when she fires up, man, it's sweet relief. That rumbling thunder shakes my grief. gets loud when I roll to the line. Shining chrome headers humming fine. One more run and I'll pay my dues. Till then I'm stuck with these muscle car blues. Muscle car blues, but I ain't giving up on that old V8 tune. One more paycheck and a little more time, my hot rod will roll and that girl will be mine. 'Cause when that green light flashes under moonlight hues, I'll burn those tires and lose these muscle car blues.
Well, that does it for the show tonight, guys. Thank you very much. Remember, if you want to become a sponsor of the show, all you got to do is just get a hold of me at jeffrichards327@gmail.com. Drop me a line. Tell me you're thinking about doing a sponsorship, and I'll help you out. We'll make a commercial. We'll make it make you happy, and we'll promote the hell out of you. I love you guys. Have a good night. God bless, and I'll see you on Wednesday at 6 o'clock.